good. Yeah. Okay, again, welcome everybody, and thank you for joining us today. This is so much fun, you guys, and for those people who attended the party last night, I hope you are wide awake, okay? Because we had a late night party last night. So anyway, I am excited to be here in front of you today because we have a lot of great information to share with you, and plus we have a lot of special guests who came here today to be able to share this wonderful phenomenon with you. And we represent LifeVantage, of course, and we are here in Austin to create awareness for this phenomenal company that is poised to revolutionize the world in terms of health. So I am HAYES, and I'm your elite Pro 7 leader here from Austin, Texas. And for those people who don't know me yet, a little bit about me. Don't worry, I have a co-host tonight. Last night he jilted me, but right now he's here with me. But I had a handsome co-host last night, so it was okay. Yeah. A little bit about me. I am actually originally from the Philippines, youngest of the 4 siblings. I lived a life of poverty. At the age of 25, I already took the responsibility of taking care of my 2 parents and 2 wonderful grandparents, mother's side. And at the age of 33, I became a single mom. Just being married for 3 years because having 3 people in a relationship got me crowded. And so, but I was blessed. I was blessed with my one and only son, who then became my inspiration. And he's the reason why I broke the chain of poverty in the family. And fast forward, I became a top corporate executive. And I'm good at what I do, building businesses, developing distribution channels across Asia. And then, was I happy? Yes and no, but for the most part, no, because you know what? If you are in the corporate world, I know some of you here are still in the corporate world, and which is not a problem, actually. We need to pay our bills. But the problem with that is, I'm building someone else's dream, not my dreams, right? And so, I stepped down from the corporate ladder, and literally, I had a wonderful break because, a UK company, or a British company came in Asia and partnered with me. So I became an entrepreneur, and I own and run an Asian telecommunications company in the Philippines, and creating channels of distribution across Asia. And I became very, very successful. Night and day, you guys. Life was good. Recession came, I was invincible. So that was good. Financial freedom, right? Again, was I happy? The problem is, I don't have much time. And with my son, growing up as a single mom, yes, he's been taking care of my parents, but the thing is, I don't spend quality time with him. So I said, there's got to be a perfect exit strategy for this. There's got to be a perfect model. And I keep on searching and searching. But, in 2003, I got married, migrated here in the US with my son. I sold my company. Guess what? I became a single mom for 5 years. A single mom, no. A stay-home mom, sorry. I am married to you, sorry. All right, so I became a stay-home mom for 5 years. I enjoyed it with my son, so I had quality time with my son. But, okay, when he reached high school, I got bored. So, because I'm a career woman, right? Jet setter. Anyway, so I found myself actually working in the bank. And guess what? After 18 months, I became the top banker in the whole district of Austin, Texas. And then I was looking for more. Like, really? I'm going to work until I'm 65 and I retire and end up with nothing, right? In this economy, I don't think you can retire at the age of 65 and live comfortably. So I said, and then this is the time when LifeVantage found me. Boom! It only takes one ABC investigative report, you guys, that changed my entire life. Really, yeah. And the only problem is, it was network marketing. And I was one of those people who doesn't know anything about network marketing. As you know, I must tell you honestly, this is my first gig in network marketing. But I did it because this is really unique, okay? So, but I took a hard look at it, and then I just went with it. Part-time, 11 months, I fired my boss, I quit my job forever. Wow. Yeah. Because what LifeVantage taught me is how to dig the well before I get thirsty. I created my own economy, you guys, and it's so incredible. I just can pack my bags, go wherever I want, do whatever I want, whenever I want. And so that's the thing that I want to share with you. Because adversities and afflictions comes in our lives, and we are not spared. Any moment, it's like it comes like a thief in the night, right? Yeah. Right? And so this is what Life Vantage did to me when my husband was afflicted with a stage 3 brain cancer, and there was no cure. I was able to stay with him every single day for about 6 months while he's battling for cancer. I didn't have to go to work. I didn't have to go to work. And guess what? After almost 20 years of service for that company my husband is working, they laid him off. They said reorganization. Are you kidding me? This man is fighting for his life, and they laid him off just like that. But it's okay. We paid our bills in cash, you guys. And that's what we are sharing today with you. This is so powerful. So lend me your ears, because even though this is network marketing for all our guests today, just put your guard down. Just put down that wall right now, because I want you to take a hard look at this, because this is not just network marketing, regular network marketing. Life Vantage is all about perfect storm. We have an incredible technology that nobody has. That's monopoly. And we are poised to actually, this is a disruptive technology, right? Disruptive technology. We are poised to actually potentially replace the multivitamin and antioxidant business in the next 10, 20 years. Wow. Yeah. Wow. Right? So why take antioxidants and vitamins and minerals when we can help you create them in your own body? So I want to, and that's my story. But there's a handsome young man walking towards me. And I want to introduce to you my beloved co-host and our top elite Pro 7 leader from Mississippi. Is that correct, Joe? And now I'm not nervous anymore, because I have the most dynamic presenter speaker, Joe Elizalde.
Okay, let's get another round of applause for Kai Hayes. Fantastic, unbelievable. Guys, let me just say, it is just unbelievable to be here with you this morning. I drove about 9 hours last night with a 4-month-old and my wife, just to be here today, because I understand the enormity of what Life Vantage is bringing, not only to Austin, not only to the surrounding cities, not only to the state of Texas, but to the world. And that's what we're talking about. So, again, my name is Joe Elizalde. I'm originally from a little town close to here, San Antonio. Anybody from San Antonio here? Austin, I think we just made you look bad. Just kidding. I'm from San Antonio, hometown boy. Unfortunately, I left about 22 years ago. I joined the military, and that left me stranded, I thought at the time, in Mississippi. Let me tell you what. Mississippi, I never thought in a million years that I would be living there, but I love that state. Now I live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. It's a great place to raise my kids. Now I do love Texas. It is home. Home is where your heart is, right? And this is my home, so I am definitely representing the Lone Star State everywhere I go, all over the world. But I will tell you, Mississippi is where I'm at now, and I'm looking forward to continuing to build my Life Vantage business there and everywhere else. And again, I'm super excited because I understand what's happening here. Look at the size of this room. Look how many people are here. That's amazing, okay? Now, let me go ahead and say that as many people as are here right this second, how many people live? What is the population of Austin?
Big.
Kai, do you have any idea? Are we in the millions? Hey, Siri. There you go. Okay? How many people don't know about what you're about to find out about? Millions of them here in Texas, guys. This is our opportunity. So for the guests in the room, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being open-minded. Let me give you some of my background. A lot of people in Life Vantage know me as Construction Joe. Reason being, I'm a general contractor by trade. Okay, today I am a professional network marketer. I'm a serial entrepreneur, right? But let's rewind 6.5 years ago, and someone came to me and said, Joe, listen, we'd like to share something with you. Now, what I haven't told you is that I have a background in exercise physiology. That's what I went to school for. So I wanted to go into the health and wellness industry. That was my dream. I was going to own gyms all over the United States and help people with their health, right? So I knew about antioxidants. I knew about vitamins, minerals, exercise. I knew about our health, right? That was my passion. But it didn't pay the bills when I tried to do it as a career. It wasn't paying the bills. And I understood very quickly, I need to do something else. Well, my family's 3 generations of contractors. I decided I know I can make money in construction. I'm going to do that and maybe be able to come back one day to my passion, right? Well, thank God it put food on my table for years. Unfortunately, this is what happened. 6.5 years ago, I was a single father with 2 children that I had custody of, raising them on my own in Mississippi, where I have no family, so I was doing it on my own, and I owned a restaurant. Can you imagine what kind of social life I had? I had none. None. All my free time, if I had any, went to my kids, my 2 kids, okay? And which, by the way, I hired a nanny for 3 years to raise my little boy, who's now 12. He called her mommy, and that's when I understood something needs to change. This is not the life I wanted for my son or my daughter, who's now 16, about to be 17. I know I look like I'm 21, but... Anyways, it's a true sign. Anyways, yeah. So here I am struggling, not seeing my kids. I'm pretty miserable. A career that I really loved doing, because I did love, and I still do love construction. I was just miserable in the fact that I had to do it. And I had to leave my kids. I was waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to go open up my restaurant until my employees showed up. And by the way, my kids, I was carrying them in, putting them on a booth while I'm cranking up the grills, prepping for my cook to show up. Then he'd show up, then I'd leave, and I'd get my kids fed, I'd take them to school, daycare, whatever, and then I'd go to my first project, my first job site. Then I'd come back afterwards, pick up my kids from school, come back to my restaurant, make sure everything's fine, and then close up that night, go home and do paperwork till 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. That was my schedule every single day, year after year after year. 6.5 years ago, the couple that came up to me, who are now my in-laws, handed me a bottle of Protandim and said, listen, Joe, I know your father's been suffering with Parkinson's for quite some time now, and we heard some stories, some claims, and I don't know, you might be interested, you might not, it might work, it might not, we have no idea, but we feel that we need to share it with you because we love and care about you. Well, guess what? That little bottle of Protandim, and again, we don't claim to cure, treat, or mitigate anything. You'll hear that several times today. But the fact of the matter is, it changed the quality of his life, and it changed our future forever. Today I stand here. I am a stay-at-home dad after 6 years. I'm a stay-at-home dad. I have a new 4-month-old. She'll be here in a minute. You'll see her and my wife. And I get to raise her now. I don't have to depend on a nanny. I don't have to depend on a daycare. I get to raise my children. I get to wake up in the morning, have breakfast with them, play with them, take them to school, whatever I need to do. My quality of life has changed. And I'm going to tell you, my father, and please do not feel bad and do not get sad. I hope that you celebrate this. My father passed away 1 month yesterday. Passed away 1 month ago yesterday in San Antonio. Again, he had Parkinson's, but he ultimately passed away from stage 4 lung cancer, which was undetected. I've been told it was too late, right? So he passed away, and he taught me something. He taught me that family is everything. He also taught me how to work. What he wasn't able to do, only because he didn't have an opportunity, was to show me a way to do both, to be able to build a business and still be able to enjoy and give my family what they deserve. And guess what? Thanks to the couple that introduced LifeVantage and Protandim to me, I am here in front of you today saying that I'm living the life that I've been wanting to live for many, many years, and it's thanks to LifeVantage. So thank you, LifeVantage.
And so, Joe, why don't you take the pleasure to introduce our presenter today?
Absolutely. Can y'all hear me okay? I don't usually use mics. I'm usually loud enough. But, okay, so today I'm really thrilled to be able to, and I'm honored to be able to introduce our 2 presenters. Are y'all both coming up at the same time or one at a time? Okay. To introduce Marcy Nettles Please give her a round of applause. Okay, Marcy doesn't know this, but I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan, and I'm going to tell you since the beginning, almost 6 years ago, when I was sitting in the seats, in the cheap seats, because I was always the back, right? In those kind of sections. Sitting back there, watching you speak on stage, watching your servant leadership and your heart, it's helped me become who I am today, and it drives me to be better every single day as a leader and as a representative for Life Vantage. So with that, I'm going to give you the floor, Marcy Miller.
Okay, guys, we have to do this again. You need to get on your feet, actually, because we need some energy in here, first of all, right? Yes. So stand up, right? And please give those two the acknowledgement that they deserve. Seriously. This would not be happening without them, all right? Okay, so I am super excited to be here today. And by the way, I am full of energy and about 3 axios already this morning. So if you know what axio is, go woohoo! Right? So the thing is, guys, is that you're here for a reason, and I am seeing something specific for this room, okay? I'm a big God girl. Many of you know that. Many of you don't. But I believe that what is in store for you here today is the word disruption. Disruption is your word, and I want you to think about disruption in your life, okay? So I want you to think about 2017. First of all, how many of you finished up 2017 like, woohoo, I did everything I wanted to do, and I accomplished it all the way I wanted to? Anyone? 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 Right. So, how about we disrupt that? How about we get rid of that? How about that be yesterday gone, yesterday finished, yesterday done, yesterday not who you are? How about that? Yeah. Okay, 2018 is your disruptive year. Will you claim that? Yeah. I'm claiming it, okay? So Marcy Nettles, I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and I am so excited to be here. And the reason why I am here is because of Kai Hayes. Kai Hayes had a dream. She had a dream of this room being full of people that are magnificent, that have visions of greater purpose for themselves. And not just for themselves, but for the world. Right? Is that you? Yes. Is it you? Yes. Yes. Right? Right. So that's a little bit of a disruption in the way most people think, right? So you're already on that road of a disruptive 2018. Okay, so I am really, really excited to be here in this room. And by the way, I heard we've got like almost 30 guests here. Can you guys please show me your hands if you are a guest in the room? Now, on top of that, I want you to know that this is for you. Okay, everybody else that's here, this is just icing on the cake for them. But this is for the guests. Now, please do me a favor as well. If you're a scientist or a doctor or somebody that's smarter than me, please raise your hand. Exactly. Way to own it. Sonny, you're a liar. All right, guys, so just a little bit about me. This is not what I've done forever. I haven't been up in front of a room of people that I hardly know, but I feel like you're my family. Not much in my life previously. Before, I used to be a police officer. I was one for almost 10 years in Arizona, and I loved it. I was good at it. You know, it's kind of fun to have that belt and be able to tell people what to do and have them actually listen to you, right? But it was exciting. I did get bored with that job. But the things that I didn't like about it was my kids were only 6 and 9 at the time that I went to the police academy, and so I had to make really hard choices that a lot of you are faced with today. And that is, when do I go to work? When do I support my family? And when am I home to be the influence on my children? When? Right? So I worked graveyards for the majority of my career, and that was really hard. I was exhausted all the time and never fully present, even when I tried to be there for my children. But you know, on top of that, what was really hard is, if you can't tell, I'm a little bit of a type A personality. I like to be in control of everything. And unfortunately, if you have a job to where you have to have someone else sign your paycheck before you can pay your bills, you're not in control of jack. Your name's Jack. You're not in control of anything, okay? And I learned that the hard way in August of 2009. I was in a car accident on duty. I was in my unmarked detective's car when I had to stop for an ambulance that needed to cross the roadway, right? You're supposed to stop and let them go. The lady behind me was distracted. Does that ever happen? Yeah, all the time, right? It's called an accident for a reason. She did not see me stop. She did not hear the sirens, and she hit me going about 60 miles an hour without braking. I ended up with a brain injury, several herniated discs throughout my spine that required surgeries, and at that second of that impact, my career was over. Gone. My ability to pay my bills was gone. Who I thought I was, my purpose was gone. Everything was disrupted, and not in a good way, because I didn't have a plan B and I wasn't prepared for it. So I want you to have an open mind as you're hearing this information, because I went through a lot of difficult times because of losing everything. At least that's what I thought at that time, right? I went through not being able to pay my bills. I lost a house. I went through a divorce when a bad marriage has bad financial situation come into it. Ouch, right? And so I went into a downward spiral that led me to 4 suicide attempts, thanks to a lot of prescription medication too. So it was at that point that someone saw this information that we're here to share with you today, and they thought of me. So even if you decide that this isn't for you, which if you decide it's not for you, but gotta check your pulse, and we gotta find out what's going on with you, because there's some amazing information you're gonna learn today, and stories you're going to hear. But if you hear or think of anybody while you're listening to this information, make sure that you do everything you can to get this information into their hands, because it could be life-saving for them, just as it was for me. So from that point on, I started in with this opportunity because I saw a vision of having my mind and my body back to some semblance of wholeness, okay? And then I also saw purpose for me again, a purpose working with people that are amazing, a purpose of working with people that need more, a purpose of working with people that need hope. Do any of you need hope in here today? Okay, we're here to spread some hope, but we're here to disrupt your mindset, okay? Because when I got involved with Life Damage, everything was disrupted. It was no longer about me. It was about everybody else. And so what I found is, first of all, I met my husband through this opportunity, which is amazing. He was created for me. On top of that, I've met so many amazing people that are my friends and family now, and many of them are in this room. And I actually expect every single one of you to fall into that category at some point in my life. And then beyond that, where I see us going is changing the thought processes, the health processes, and the financial wellness of this world. Is anybody else in this with me? So guys, what I want to do is I want to start off by showing you a video of some products that are behind this amazing opportunity that we're here to share with you. Because this is an opportunity presentation. Okay, so opportunity comes in many different forms. It's an opportunity for you to disrupt the way that you think about the way you make money. It's an opportunity for you to disrupt the way that you think about retirement. And it's a way for you to disrupt the way that you think about taking care of your body. Because whether you believe it or not, you only get one of these. So we need to take care of it. So please watch this video. Part of it is where we began back in 2005. And it's the beginning of our story. And then we're going to take you into the future of what we have in our hands and what we have to offer the world. So enjoy this video. Volume. Is it up?
Where's the volume?
There you go.
All I had to do was push play. You did that very well.
Following video is an ABC primetime investigative report that started the biohacking revolution.
You want to get an edge on turning back the clock? Who doesn't? Well, it's no longer science fiction, but science possibility, a potential breakthrough.
It may not look like the Fountain of Youth, but inside this nondescript building, I'm about to become part of an exciting experiment. For me, it begins with a blood test.
Wouldn't be the first time I'd give a role for this company.
They want to check my levels of something called T-bars, which is a rough indicator of a person's actual age. T-bars can identify a condition known as oxidative stress, a kind of measure of the wear and tear on our bodies. Oxidative stress, like the rusting of an engine, is not a good thing. The problem of aging begins with the very food we eat to give us energy. As our cells burn that food, they also release toxic chemicals. Those chemicals, you may know them as free radicals, react with all the components of our cells, literally bombarding them millions of times per second, damaging all our cells. The result? Oxidative stress, and we all have it. The body fights back with a system of defenses. It makes two antioxidant enzymes, catalase and SOD, whose job is to gobble up the free radicals before they can harm our cells.
So, Doctor, how often do I take these?
And so, here I go. With that swallow, I've just become part of a potentially landmark scientific experiment. It's called Protandim, and tests have already shown that it revs up the manufacture of those good enzymes in our bodies. More enzymes, fewer free radicals to harm us. Normally, oxidative stress, measured by those T-bars, increases with age, but taking just one pill of Protandim a day reversed that trend for everyone at every age, even for an 80-year-old. So, just what's in this seemingly incredible pill? Well, actually, its roots are very humble. Protandim is a combination of 5 plant ingredients. Some you may know: green tea or turmeric, a spice used in Indian cooking. Others, Withania somnifera and Silybum marianum, are more exotic.
High oxidative stress is associated with more than aging. It's been linked to hundreds of illnesses.
It's at the very center of many diseases: liver disease, diabetes, emphysema, asthma, all of these, strokes, heart attacks.
Even mental disease.
Yes,
Depression?
Alzheimer's disease, depression.
But what about my progress? After nearly 2 weeks now, it's time to get my results. The result? My level of oxidative stress has declined dramatically. Just look at where I fall on the graph, before and after. Have we turned back the clock? Maybe not on the outside, but deep inside, within my cells. Yes, indeed.
We do know that oxidative stress is part of those disease processes. But I don't want to wait until I'm 80 years old and find out that I should have taken it.
The company that makes Protandim says its tests show the pill, made from ingredients used for centuries, is absolutely safe. For more, go to our website at abcnews.com.
Crazy. So how many of you like getting older? Does it feel good? Is it fun? Is it a good time? Would you pay money for that? No, right. And the thing is that's the answer across the board. Nobody wants to get older. Nobody wants to feel bad. Nobody wants to be tired. They don't want to lack energy, right? Well, from that ABC Primetime Investigative Report that aired back in 2005, that created curiosity. Curiosity among people that are smarter than me, like those people that raise their hands. Scientists, researchers that wanted to use our product in their research at their universities and different labs. And since that time, we have over 23 peer-reviewed and published scientific research papers that you can see for yourself. And whoever invited you here can give you that information afterwards to go and check it out. Because we have limited time today, so I have to talk really fast and give you as much information as I can. So, I'm going to rely on your friend or family member to follow up on, because it's your responsibility to do your due diligence. I just want you to get into that disruptive mindset, okay? So this is what happened. Because of the science that came about, we knew that we needed to expand our product offerings, because that initial product was not enough. Even though we wanted to slow down that aging process, we wanted to slow down the rate at which our cells were decaying and breaking down and turning into nastiness, right? Do you want to think about being rusted on the inside or being an old brown gross banana? No, right? And so what we've done since that time is we created a whole category and catalog of products that are disruptive to the way people think about their health and wellness from the inside out. Do you guys think that your bodies were created perfectly when you were born?
Yes. Yes.
They were given everything and anything that you needed to be able to carry you out throughout your life, to be well and to grow to what you needed to be. The problem is that we introduce all this crap to it, right? Whether it's in the food or the air or the water or whatever it is, that changes the insides of our bodies. And so what we found out was that there's different pathways that we can activate by biohacking. Taking control of a huge system, breaking it down into parts, using nutrigenomics or natural compounds and natural substances to be able to turn on those pathways again so that we can slow down the rate at which your body's aging. We can increase the amount of mitochondria and the power that's inside of your cells. We can help you with digestion. We can give you better mental clarity and focus, all through these amazing products. And what's great about the business opportunity that comes along with this, that Chris is going to be talking about here soon, is that this family of products are like none other, so they're unique. You cannot find them anywhere else. They're category creating, they're scientifically validated and patented, very important. Exclusive formulations with breakthrough technologies and global relevance. Do you think that these people, us in this room, are the only ones that want to slow down the rate they age or have more energy? Or do you think that's worldwide? Global, baby. Yeah, absolutely. Global. We have multiple prestigious third-party endorsements and approval. And by the way, I'm reading this because I want to show you that it's easy to share this information. Anybody can do this. You don't have to be smarter than me. And one of the things I want to share with you is one of those studies that I was mentioning before gave us some pretty huge clout. Do you know that our Nerf2 activator is the only product in the world that can claim it extends life? Wait, did you hear me? Extend life. And we're not talking about the diaper years at the end. We're talking about your health span, the time that you enjoy living. We can extend that. That's not LifeVantage saying that. That is the National Institute on Aging, the government agency that paid for that study, did it for 11 years, and came out with the results that our product is the only one that can make that claim. Can I get an amen and amen? Now, if you're not taking that product, are you ready to get started?
Yes.
So let me ask this question right now. How many people in here are using LifeVantage products? How many of you keep your hands up if you have had good benefits?
Oh, yeah.
Do you see that? If you're a guest, please look around. That is 100%. Our products are proven to work in 100% of people that take them. Okay? Each one of us has a different response because it's a natural product and we're all individuals. But I invite you to get with the person that invited you here and get started on these products today. And as I said, we have a whole catalog of products that you can learn about today, including an extender of life for your canine family member that has the National Animal Supplement Council's certification for safety.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead. I think I just have to swipe one way, or which way? What? Huh? Not that way. There we go. And what's really cool is because our body is a system, right? We have all kinds of different things going on. We've got our heart pumping blood. We've got our brains working. We've got digestion going on down here and all kinds of things happening in our cells, right? And so our company has made it really easy for us, and they've created stacks. Stacks of products that stacked one on top of the other creates this synergy of results for you and getting the best help that you can possibly have. These stacks are available, they're affordable, and they will give you that disruption that you need at the beginning of 2018 to have the results that you want at the end before you move into 2019. As I said before, please get with the person that invited you here. We have all kinds of amazing videos that our company has provided for us as tools to where you can learn more about each one of the individual products, as well as their own personal website that gives you the opportunity to look at product labels. The FAQs are frequently asked questions on each one of them. But basically we have skincare that activates your skin's own ability to heal itself. We have a healthy weight management system, which who's doing the 90-day challenge? Who's going to win the $5,000, the trip to the Bahamas, and a makeover? I've got a pretty dedicated couple people here. Yeah, that is awesome. And it's all off of helping your body function properly in a healthy lifestyle. Because guess what doesn't work? Diets don't work. So let's help you be successful by disrupting the way that you go for your health this year. Smart brain food, Axio, better mental clarity, and focus. All of these different products you need to learn about, but please get with the person that invited you here today to learn more about our products, the benefits, and how you can get started today, because there's actually benefit to getting started today with a discount that the company is offering us to get started on the Vitality Pack. Which, by the way, guys, if you're distributors and you don't know this, you can add the Vitality Pack to your subscription order and get $20 discounted and free shipping. These come with free shipping. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring up Mr. Chris Michael. Who's going to join us? Okay, so Mr. Chris Michael, he's one of the first people that I actually met in this company. So we met at the very first corporate convention in Salt Lake City. Him and Colt Elam were standing outside after one of the breakout sessions at the garbage can, and Colt had just got done saying he was a firefighter, right? Oh. And so I walked right up to him, I'm like, so which one of you is the hose dragger? I was what, a pro age at that time? Right? And I was 2 weeks in the business. Right? So, but Chris Michael is there with him, and Chris and I have just developed this amazing, amazing relationship. I have to tell you that of the men in my life, besides God and my husband, Chris Michael is up here because of his integrity, because of his heart and his love for people, for his service to others, almost everyone, and the father that he is to his own children and the husband he is to his wife. So let me tell you, he is an amazing man to learn from, to really want to be inside his circle, because the thing is you want to surround yourself with people that elevate you. And Chris Michael elevates me. So I want to bring Chris up to...
I think I gotta go pee. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. This is gone. You're gonna see me about 20 times. Dave's going. I don't even know what I'm supposed to talk about. What am I supposed to talk about? The business? She said I was a good dad, you guys, except for yesterday or 2 days ago. I flew it. My kids got a drone from Santa Claus. Yeah. And I was playing with my kids on the trampoline, and instead of going up with this drone, I went right into my kid's face. No joke. I ran around the backyard, ran over to my little Tillman, my little 6-year-old, is like this, and he takes his hands down, and it is solid blood everywhere. And I put Crappy Dad Award, but something else on Facebook. I didn't mean to, thank goodness it wasn't that bad, but man, you talk about feeling bad. Okay? So Marcy, thank you.
I love you.
Good Dad Award, except for 2 days ago.
Tillman still loves you.
He still loves me. I brainwashed him to still love me. So I guess I'm supposed to talk about the business. Good. Are you in or you out?
Yeah.
All right, if you're a guest, you guys, you might think I'm crazy. I am part crazy. I do network marketing for a living. I'm dressed in a pair. I thought about putting on dress shoes this morning, and I was like, those Nikes look way more comfortable. And I saw that I had this collared shirt, and I was like, that looks terribly uncomfortable. I'll go ahead and put on my t-shirt. And thank good that I did put on pants, even though the shorts look way better. Okay? I don't know. Success to me is flip-flops and shorts sitting on a beach. Okay? Or maybe sitting out in the mountains with your family. So you guys, this business, you'll think, I may portray it as it's all about money, but I don't see many charities run without money. I don't see many great things run without money. Right? It's the love of money that can be bad, but we can do great things with money. So I'm just going to tell you what we just came from real quick here, and then I'll talk about the business and what this business allowed us to do. As a LifeVantage family,
we just came back from Mexico. So we've got a project down in Puerto Penasco, Mexico, Rocky Point, Mexico for the gringos. And, or the people from Arizona that don't know it's called Puerto Penasco. They're like, where's that? Rocky Point. Oh, I know exactly where that is. Right, so we've been going down there for the last five and a half years or so, building houses for the less fortunate. And it's more about a hand up, not a hand out. Okay? You give somebody something for free, you actually hurt them. Right? You teach them how to do something with that or earn that or have a little bit of contribution for it, it'll teach them a lot more. So if you were in Rocky Point with us, with LifeVantage, stand up. Was that worth your trip, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Does your back hurt? Maybe not Callan, because Callan works like that every day. Callan helped me run my houses. I needed somebody smarter than me, and I finally was smart enough to recruit a construction guy to come help me. Okay? But you guys, we fed, in 3 days, we fed over 2,500 people and built 4 homes. We took 284 people. It's the biggest group we've ever had. We've changed things up so we could get more people down there. And we were able to feed people about 2,500 mouths, build 4 homes, and change some lives. I think we've built 24 or 25 homes so far, which means each home's about 25 grand. What's 25 times 25? What's 25,000 times 25? Anybody got a calculator? How much? $625,000 has been given to this cause by our distributor force.
Nice.
Is that cool? So I talk about this business. What this business has allowed me to do, as I talk about it, think of this. It's allowed me to serve. It's allowed me an opportunity to give back more than I ever even thought I could ever give back. Okay, and this is only just starting. I mean, I told a few people this morning, I'm addicted to service. It's in my blood. Anybody else enjoy serving? Yes. Have you ever went to serve somebody and felt bad? Right? So why not do more of it? So every one of you guys, who has donated to the LifeVantage Legacy? Look at all these hands. Remember this, you guys, maybe you may or may not know this, but every single dollar that you donate actually goes to a building supply. Of 100%. There is zero administrative cost. Zero, you guys. And I can tell you this 100% fact because 5 years ago when this guy walked up on stage, it was my wife's father's first cousin is one of the guys that owns the charity, and we had no clue. People that do charity work are pretty humble when they don't talk about it, right? We had no clue that her dad's first cousin owned this charity. I asked him, I said, I want to see the taxes. There's not $1 in administrative costs, you guys. They do it pure out of love. They pay for their own gas. They pay for their own hotels to go down there. They pay for everything. You guys, it's amazing. So LifeVantage Legacy, this is what I picture as we do this business. That LifeVantage Legacy is the most well-known thing we do, is our service. The business is our side gig. Okay, is that we are willing to go back and give back if we're blessed. So let's talk a little bit about this business. If you're looking at this for the first time, good thing the proven plan training call reminder doesn't show up. There's 3 different ways to basically get in this business. Yes, there's 4 boxes, but 2 of them are the same with different products. So I'm just going to do this. These boxes, the way you get involved with this business, $3, $6, or $1,200, and then there's a $50 starter kit on that. $3, $6, or $1,200 is just a commitment level, is what I like to compare it to. Well, I hear people tell me, well, I don't have $1,200. But if your transmission breaks, and it costs $1,200 to fix it, somehow everybody finds $1,200. Right? It's your why. What do you need? What do you need? That's going to get you to work. That's going to get the kids picked up, right? Your why changed. Well, let me tell you this. If you don't have $1,200, as Seth Campbell says, we should probably change something that you're doing then. If you don't have $1,200 in savings. So these products, what do you do with these products? You choose a commitment level. If your commitment level is at $300, you say, you know what, I'd like to do this business. I like what Marcy said about the product. I'd like to get in and share this opportunity. As you share good information, the company's just going to pay you some commissions back. Okay? Anybody ever seen a good movie? Best movie you've seen recently? What is it? Greatest Showman. Are they going to pay you a commission for telling me? Not at all. And now I'm going to go watch that movie, and I haven't seen it. The difference is, when you do exactly what he just did, you're willing to be one out of a big group to open your mouth and be a little bit different, the company's just going to pay you a commission for opening your mouth. I've got this great product, take a look at it. Oh, it's network marketing, so. It's MLM, so. People ask me what I do. No joke, you can hang out with me. I say I build pyramid scams for a living.
Yeah.
Why do I say that, you guys? Honestly. People, I mean, I remember Jessica Craig cornered me in Orlando. Why would you say something like that? You know why I say something like that? Because I want all the BS off the table. I want to have a real conversation with these people. Take that stuff, throw it away. Let's have a great conversation about what we really do. What we do is we change lives. You just choose a pack, you become a distributor, the company's going to pay you royalties for a long time. Anybody have an opportunity to invest in Dell?
No.
No one? It's here, right?
Right.
It's here. In Austin.
Yep.
Nobody called you and said, hey, you want to throw $1,000 in Dell? I'll tell you what, you have a bigger opportunity sitting right here, right now. Of an opportunity to invest in something that's going to be worldwide. We're already in, are we in 8 countries?
11.
11? When did that happen? Life happens. I think I'm out of time 20 minutes ago, but whatever. That's true. You guys, we talked about some front end. Well, as you enroll people in this business, you're going to get paid an upfront money for enrolling someone. As they order product each month, you're going to get paid a royalty on it. Would you like to get paid a royalty on everything Dell has sold? Would you take that gig? Knowing what you know now about Dell, would you go back and throw every penny you could find into it? Right? I think I got 4 Dell computers and printers in one office that used to be my old pest, sitting in my house right now. Okay, because I used to be a pest control company. So think about that, royalties. When's the last time you've been given the opportunity to get paid a royalty? Not very often, right? So think about that. There's upfront money, there's royalty money. These are just different ideas of residual income. Anybody know what residual income is?
Yeah.
You want me to tell you what residual income is? 3 months ago on Labor Day weekend, my brother-in-law passed away in a tragic accident when we were camping. His wife, 4 kids, 4 kids, ages 5 and under. You want me to tell you what residual income is? Turn off the TV, turn off the phone. Don't worry about it. You know, some people probably got mad at me at this time, probably David being one of them. But I didn't respond. I had other priorities in my life. That was to help my sister-in-law and her kids. Residual income is digging the well before you're thirsty, guys. Why do we have insurance on everything we do, except for pretty much financial, right? A backup plan for finances. Why are we a slave to that one job that we do? Why not have a backup plan? Okay? This is what this business creates, you guys. For 3 months, I'm barely getting my head straight now to go, this is the first time I've stood up in 3 months, realistically, and done this. Because it was, the ability that this business did was allow me to take care of what needed to happen. Just like you've heard others say. Matching bonus. You guys, there's these different bonuses. Imagine this. Who's got a Costco or a Sam's Club membership? Imagine if they did this. Imagine if Costco took all those, retracted all the memberships and said, listen, we're going to go off a referral basis. Everybody you refer to me, we're going to let you match whatever they spend. They spend $1,000, we're going to give you a commission of $100 every time they spend $1,000. Be a pretty good gig, right? Now, what if they said, so let's say I enrolled Vanessa in a Costco membership, and then you enrolled, what is it? Juanita. And then Juanita, everything that Juanita spends, I match whatever she does 5%. And then 2 more generations down, there's a matching bonus. You get a chance to match it to 30% income. You don't need to understand all these details of generational matching bonus. All it means is, as you help people grow, your check's going to grow. It's pretty amazing, you guys, the way this compensation plan works. There's upfront money. You enroll people. You can get 3 people to do what you did. You'll make your money back. You get a residual income. And then you get a chance to profit share. When you hit the top 4 ranks, our ranks are this, Pro 1 through Pro 10, and then they added a couple intergalactic ranks. Okay? I don't even know what they are still. It doesn't matter. When you get there, you're not going to complain. Okay? When you hit the rank of Pro 7, which just means your business is doing X amount of volume, which is $100,000 in volume a month, the company says you get a profit share on 1% of world sales every single month. So the business is being done in 11 different countries. Who's a guest here? I mentioned Mike twice now, right? 3. We went to high school together pretty much now. We're that well blended now. So Mike, think of this. Mike, you get involved with this business. I've been doing this business. In 3 weeks, it'll be 9 years I've been doing this. Okay? You get involved with this business. Let's say in the next 12 months, you hit the rank of Pro 7. Your business is doing $100,000 a month. Okay? You now get to profit share. So I'll have been in this business for about 10 years if you do that in the next year. You will get to start profit sharing on all the work I did 10 years ago. Is that a pretty good gig? Yeah. I'd take it, right? I remember at the beginning we're going, do we really want to share all that money? And then we thought this. Would you feel a part of the team if you're profit sharing with all the top leaders together? You would feel blended. You would feel like you'd be a part of it. That's the key to this business. Because we all get to help each other. It doesn't matter what Bert does, what Zach, it doesn't matter. What happens is we all get to share it together. And that's what makes this company so great. So remember, there's upfront money you can make as people enroll in the business or purchase product, right? Our products are the same price for consumers or distributors. There's residual income as people order product each month to take it. And then there's royalty income, which means they're going to pay you money whether you sleep, work, or play. Yeah. So I have one motto. You got to play as hard as you work. So if you work hard, you need to play hard. You have to reward yourself, you guys. I'm being honest with that. If you're going to work hard, you need to reward yourself and go enjoy yourself at the same time. Take some time for yourself. Turn off your phone. Anybody ever feel married to their phones? Yeah. Holy moly. I remember we were in Mexico and David's like, man, I texted you 10 times. You must not have good service over here. Nope, my phone's in my room. I'm sitting in the hot tub with my kids. I got no clue, don't care what's going on with my phone. But do you ever feel married to it sometimes? Like you can't go, you ever leave your phone at home? And you're like having anxiety, right? You're like, what the heck? What if my mom wants to get a hold of me? Good thing I left it at home, right? So just think about that, you guys. You get to divorce all of this stuff. You get to take control of your life. You get to build a business. I wish this was a little more focused. These are the different ranks and the different incomes that you have the potential of making. Who told me last night that I'm just hanging there at Pro 1? Somebody told me that. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. I don't remember who it was. So a Pro 1, average income for a Pro 1 is $79 a month. Not a lot of money. Is it? Go ask your boss for a $79 raise. You're too nervous to do it probably, right? It's only $79. It's not that much money. What if I change the thinking? So these are the average earnings per rank. So what if I said this? What if I just changed the whole thing? Hey, get involved with this deal with us. I'm going to help you find a way to pay your cell phone bill the rest of your life. Anybody hate their cell phone bill? Especially if you have more than one phone on that bill? Right? Think about that. A Pro 1 is now paying their cell phone bill the rest of their life. They no longer have a cell phone bill. You go down to this rank of Pro 5, it's an extra $2,500. Let's back it up. Let's go to Pro 3. A Pro 3 makes an extra $580 a month. That's a decent little car. It's not going to be a brand new Escalade. Hate to break it to you. But it's going to be a reliable car. You can go buy a nice Honda Accord or something, pay $500 a month and have a car that's going to be super reliable. If I get you to the rank of Pro 3, which means your business is doing $5,000 a month in income, I take care of your car payment the rest of your life. Anybody sign up for that deal? Yeah. We all hate our car payment, right? And then what's the payment we hate the most? The house payment. Not insurance, it's the house payment, right? It's that rent that you have due. Okay, so if I get you to the rank of Pro 5 that says your business is doing $20,000 a month in business, you're like, it doesn't say that, but I promise you that's what it means. And I help you make, on average, an extra $2,500 a month. What if I got rid of your house payment the rest of your life? I hear people say, man, I'm only Pro 5. You know, I've been struggling, I've been stuck at Pro 4. Right, Ivy? Pro 4 makes on average $1,100. An extra $22,000 a year. Pretty good little side gig, right? Takes care of things. Think about this, you guys. Intergalactic Pro 11, which are my sponsors, Colt Blue Elam, hose draggers.
I know.
Right? So much for them hose draggers, it's like, never mind, they're making $110,000 on average a month.
Yeah. What a joke.
What do you do with $110,000? You buy a trophy truck, you do a lot more racing that I love to do, and you give more.
Yeah.
Okay? There's nothing wrong with having something nice for yourself. There is nothing wrong with that, I promise you. Okay? But go give back. What would you do with 110 grand a month? 2 firefighters.
I know.
It's scary. You don't want to know what Cole does with it. He builds more race stuff. That's all he does right now is build race stuff. You guys think about this. What number here, if you can read those, they're blurry for me right here. Is it blurry for you guys?
Yeah.
Okay, because my eyes are like, I'm thinking, am I losing my eyesight? I got plenty of sleep. What number helps you out? A month. And the average bankruptcy is about $300, $400, $500 a month is why people file bankruptcy, because that's what they're short. How many of you know somebody, besides their health, how many people do you think worry more about their finances than they do their health? They do. You guys, people worry more about how to pay for their bills than anything else. So if you know somebody that could use an extra $500 a month, get them involved. An extra $1,000. If you get there, you guys, and it starts to grow, are you going to complain if the company sends you a check for $110,000? Let's face a fact. Right now, most of us we don't even believe in ourselves that we could make $110,000 a month. Right? So just erase that out of your memory. Let's go help you make an extra $500, $200, $1,000. If you don't want the $110,000 check when you get there, I'll give you my address. I have zero problem spending it for you guys, okay? So let me show you guys this. Oh, these are cool. When you hit these top ranks in the company, that's the check the company sends you as a bonus.
Heck yeah.
Any of you guys have that in your bonus structure right now at work? You don't? That's a bonus. That's not your annual income. That's a bonus. Okay, so that's a bonus they send out. They also give you like cars and stuff. Okay, but this is kind of a training and bowl, so I'm probably way past my time like I was 20 minutes ago, but who cares? Who's a Pro 3 here? So a Pro 3's average income was about $580 a month, right, on that other page? So let me show you real quick. How do you become a Pro 3 to make that extra $580 a month? You help 5 people become a Pro 1. And you're a Pro 3. You will learn that you will be successful in this business when you never hear this in traditional business. When you take the focus off yourself and put it on others, you'll be successful. Is that weird? You take the focus off your success, go help others become successful, and you will automatically become successful in this business. That's wild thinking, isn't it? How cool is that? So if you want to need to make an extra $580 a month, an extra $6,000 a year. Anybody use a $6,000 bonus a year? That's a Pro 3, okay? Go help 5 people pay their cell phone bill the rest of their life, become Pro 1. And then people say, well, I don't know, I'm stuck. How do I get to Pro 5? Pro 5 on average makes an extra $2,251, I think is what was on that sheet. So an extra $25,000 a year? A what? 30? I don't know, they keep giving us raises. They paid me money yesterday. I have no clue where that money came from.
Nice.
No joke, it's $176, but I don't know where it came from. I don't care. Okay, I'm not going to send it back to them. Like, I don't want this. I don't know where it came from. Okay, Pro 5. Pro 5 says to become a Pro 5, I go help 5 people become Pro 3. Okay, making their house payment, that $2,000 extra a month. So take the focus off you, put it on others. Pro 7, how do you make an extra $120,000 in income? Pro 7, go help 5 people become Pro 5. Do you guys see how simple this is? Do we complicate it?
Yes.
Okay, so if you're a brand new guest, it's okay. This is like, whoo! Okay. But what I'm saying is, just know this. The point of this business is to help others. That's the sole point. I got one team in this world. You guys hear it? Sometimes it bothers people. I don't really care. There's one team in this whole business, and it's Team Lifevantage. Okay, there's no other teams. I know we have our own team's name. That's fine. But we have one team in this business. It's Team Lifevantage. We have one purpose, one thing we're doing. That's helping people giving back, and you know what? We're going to be known around the world for doing it. So, with that being said, you guys, I'm excited to be here. In a couple weeks, it's going to be 9 years we've been doing this. Our meetings used to be 3.5 hours. That's why I'm glad we're doing about a 4-hour meeting today. Imagine this. Imagine this opportunity, what I just did between Marcy, no joke, going for 3.5 hours. And Zach signed up. What's that tell you about Zach? I don't know what it tells you about Zach, except for he must be his inspiration or desperation, or he felt bad. Right? He's like, these guys flew all the way from Texas. My first road trip I ever did was to meet Zach in this business ever. First time I ever got on an airplane to travel was to meet Zach.
Nice.
And it was in McAllen, Texas. They say you're getting close to McAllen because there's hoods up. Or you're near Junior, all the same, right? I don't know if I don't have any more slides. Should I be done? She shakes my eyes like, you're way over. My time was up. But you know what, you guys? Think about this. If you want something different for 2017, or for 2018, do something different than you did in 2017. Right? So many people want something different this year, and then they do nothing different. Right? They fall into this, 1 week of things. That's why, you know what I did on New Year's? First day on New Year's? I went and ate some tortillas. Because I ain't giving up tortillas. I don't care what weight loss challenges. If I can't lose weight with tortillas, I'm out. Okay? And I'm not talking about the corn ones. I'm talking about harina. Right? The flour ones, the good ones, the ones that go right here. Okay? So you guys, do something different this year if you want something different. Take a chance. It's the only business I've ever been in that I can give you all of my secrets, and it doesn't hurt me. It helps us. You guys, it's an amazing business. So if you wanted to join a family, if this doesn't feel like a family, I don't know what does. Just come hang out with us for a few hours. You'll be part of the family. But I just think every one of you guys, you could be doing something else on a Saturday. Is it Saturday? Yes. I don't even know. But you could be doing something else on this Saturday, but I'll tell you what, if you'll listen with an open mind and an open heart and really grasp the real reason why we're doing this and the real thing that we have here, which is much more than this stupid blue bottle. I promise you guys, it's way bigger than Nerve 2 activation is what we're doing here. If you can grasp that, we would love to have you join us. Not tomorrow, today. That's not a sales pitch. I'm just telling you, if you're going to procrastinate, you did that in 2017, you might as well stop. Right? If you think that you have the courage to step up, take a leap, if you've been in this business for a while and you feel like you're stuck, or if you're just getting started, you guys, just find a mentor, run with them. Okay? And we'll do this together. We're going straight to the top. This company is on a growth curve right now that I tell you what, I'm not going to make any predictions, but we're going some incredible places right now, and I'm excited to be here. So thank you, Kai, for putting this on.
All right. Another round of applause for Chris Michael, please. I want to be you when I grow up. All right, check it out, guys. Now, we've heard from distributors, top distributors. You've heard about the products, the science, the unbelievable science behind the products. You've heard about the business. And I'm going to tell you, Chris, man, I love the way you're no nonsense, man. You get straight to the point, and it's real. Why beat around the bush? Why talk about, why sugarcoat anything? We know exactly what we're doing, and we're changing lives, right, at the end of the day. So, what I want you to do now is give a round of applause to someone from corporate. And I'm going to tell you, I've been in on January 12th, it'll be 6 years officially for me. And in 6 years, we've seen people come and go with our corporate staff. And so it is in the publicly traded company space, right? You see leadership from a corporate standpoint come and go, right? The right leadership, and I believe this 150%. The right leadership is at the helm today. We have the best corporate staff we've ever had in 6 years since I've been in. And I want to thank this gentleman personally for, taking time away from his schedule, coming out to Texas and helping Texas launch LifeVantage like never before. And that's our Senior Vice President of Sales and Field Development, Dave Fleming.
excited. I am excited to be back in the Republic of Texas. You probably don't know this, but I lived in Texas for about 8 years, up in Dallas, up in the red part of the state. But, I love coming to Texas. It just feels safer knowing you're in a state that if anything goes bad, we can just form our own country.
Yes. We carry guns.
Constitutionally already approved, right? So, no, I love Texas. So when Kai asked me to come down, we've actually been trying to put this together for a little while. So when it all worked out, I was really excited to be here. And thank you all for being here. I know you could be a lot of different places. I know Saturday morning you could be doing a lot of different things. Although, looking out the window and looking at that weather, you're probably better in here. But I want to do a few things real quick, is kind of tell you about where we've come from as a company and where we're going as a company. And one of the easiest ways I think to do that is just kind of tell you where I came from and how I arrived here. Because I've been watching this company all the way since 2009. I don't know how many of you, I know we got a few people, but how many of you knew anything about LifeVantage all the way back in 2009? A few of you. Most of the elites were around in 2009. But so I'll back up a little bit and I'll go all the way back to 1999 is when I got involved in network marketing for the first time. And I was with one of the biggest companies in this space. It's now a company that does over $2 billion in revenue. And I got to do some pretty cool things with that company. I got to grow with that company the first time we reached $1 billion in revenue. I was over in China, went to Beijing, China, lived in Beijing, China for a couple of years and opened that market. That market eventually hit $1 billion in revenue all by itself. So it was really cool to see what network marketing can do. But the greatest part about what that business did for people was how it changed their lives. And it was all about what people could do and live differently. And it didn't matter where you came from. It didn't matter what your experience level was. It didn't matter what your education level was. It was an equal playing field for people who wanted to go and build a business. After that, after learning a lot about this business and what it can do for people, I want to do something different. That's when I moved to Dallas, Texas. We actually put a group together and started our own network marketing company. That was about the year 2008. And I don't know if you remember what was happening in 2008. That was a great year to start a business. Great year to start a business. And so we did. We started this business. We grew it for about 2.5 years. And we were growing and we were profitable. But it takes money to grow a business, right? Like you can't grow a business as fast as you want to without funding that business properly. So in 2008 and 2009, we had a choice. We could continue to go fundraise, which in 2009, everybody's pocketbook dried up real quick for some reason. I don't know what it was, but raising money got to be a lot less fun than it was in 2007. 2007, everybody was giving us money. 2009, we had to choose between continue to raise money to fund the growth of our business or to take an offer to merge our company with a bigger one, which is what we decided to do. And at the time, it sounded like a good idea. A year after that, I realized I don't know if I would do that again. But we merged with one of the biggest companies in this space once again, and I spent a year there, and then I was done with that. And I said something that a lot of people probably say is like, I'm not doing network marketing anymore. Anybody ever said that before? It's okay. We got groups. There's therapy. They're like 12 steps. But once it gets in your system, it's in your system, right? And I've been watching. This all went down around 2010, 2011. I was watching this company called LifeVantage. And I was watching these products get out in the market, and I was like, that is an amazing product. And I was watching these leaders, and a lot of these leaders had some network marketing experience, but a lot of them didn't. And they were growing this company, and it was doubling in revenue, and then it was doubling and quadrupling, and suddenly this is a $200 million publicly traded company. I'm watching all of this happen, and I was looking at it going, in my opinion, this company has everything that it needs to be a legacy business, except for one thing. And that was a management team who knew how to take it from $200 million to $1 billion. Right? And that's not to say anything, I'm not throwing anybody, previous management teams under the bus, intentionally, sort of. Not really. But if, just think of it this way. If how many of you know what Tesla is and Elon Musk?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right? Elon Musk knows energy. He knows how to build cars. He knows how to build spaceships. If Elon Musk suddenly got into the hotel business, would you invest in that?
Oh yeah.
Maybe. He's a pretty smart guy, right? He probably could figure it out, but he'd be learning on the job, right? And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but that's what Life Vantage was going through, is you had a management team that was basically learning on the job. And a lot of network marketing companies can go from 0 to about 150, maybe $200 million in revenue. At that point, a lot of companies start to struggle. They start to hit what we sometimes call whitewater. And you have to know how to navigate through that in order to get to that next phase of the business. Well, a couple of years ago, about 2.5 years ago, our board of directors at Life Vantage went out, did a global CEO search, and they were looking for a CEO who was, first and foremost, somebody who understands his business in network marketing. And they found a guy named Darren Jensen. Darren Jensen's been doing this even longer than I have, which at this point in my career seems like a long time. But he's been doing this almost, well, over 25 years. He's been in this business over 25 years, and he's been with some of the biggest companies. He was with those companies as they crossed $1 billion for the first time in revenue. He was with the biggest company in this business, ran a whole division for that company. That division itself actually increased its revenue over $1 billion while he was there. So Darren understands where we are, and he understands where we're going to be, and then he started filling the management team with people who've been there and done that. So he reached out, he found Justin Rose, who's our chief sales officer. That's weird, yeah. Justin is not our chief science officer. I was going to say that's a Freudian slip. That's not even a Freudian slip. He is not our chief science officer. He's a chief sales officer. He's one of the top 5 guys in the business, in my opinion. I mean, he understands what it takes to grow a network marketing company and to get it to where we want to go. And then he reached out to me, and what I was doing is, after I left our company that we merged with, I was done with network marketing, sort of, because I joined a Silicon Valley tech startup, and it was an awesome experience. In fact, I still work with those guys from time to time, and we had this incredible board of directors that was helping us build this software company. And guess who our #1 client was? It was other network marketing companies. So we were selling software to network marketing and direct selling companies, and some of the guys that we had working with us were these incredibly bright guys. One of them, his name's Evan Goldberg. I don't know if you know that name, but he started a little company called NetSuite, and NetSuite just sold last summer to Oracle for $9 billion. So, yeah, that was a pretty good day for that. Yeah, he's doing all right. Evan's not hurting. And another guy who was on our board of directors and investors, his name was Shamath Palihapitiya. You may recognize that name. He's part owner of the Golden State Warriors. And he made a lot of his money. He joined Facebook in 2007. When he left Facebook, he started a venture capital fund called Social Capital, which is now a $2 billion venture capital fund. And the primary purpose of his venture capital fund is to monetize social networks. So it's ironic, because what we started doing, and we were selling software to network marketing companies, is we were talking to people who were monetizing social networks, right? He got really fired up about this idea. And in Silicon Valley, you have to understand, they don't know what network marketing is. Never heard of it. Social selling, on the other hand, they know all about social selling. Well, what is social selling? This is what social selling is. It's taking a product, making an introduction, and paying a royalty for the person who makes that introduction. Does that sound familiar? Yeah. Sure does, right? That's what we do every day. That's how simple this business is. If somebody asks you what we do, that's how simple it is. We take a product, we introduce it to somebody who needs it, and we pay a royalty for that introduction. That's all this is. That's how simple this business is. And there are a lot of companies who made this work very, very well. So, in fact, so well that a lot of companies are starting to use this model, whether they're traditional direct selling network marketing companies or not. You know, cable companies are using this. Social media companies are using this, and the power of this is undeniable. And I'll give you one quick example. How many of you have a Facebook account? Keep your hands up high if you have a Facebook account. Some of you are on it right now. Okay, now keep your hands up, because I want to show you something. If you joined Facebook because you saw an advertisement for it, keep your hand up. So you're telling me in a group of this many people, and it doesn't matter, I can do this in a group of 10, I can do this in a group of 10,000 people. Nobody joined Facebook because they saw an advertisement for it. Nobody did. Somebody gave you a link and said, you've got to see this cat video, or wedding pictures, or for some reason, there's something on Facebook that you have to see, so you signed up, you joined, and now Facebook knows more about the general population than the NSA.
Yes.
right? There are 2 billion unique visitors to Facebook every single year. There are only 7.2 billion people in the world, and 2 billion of them have a Facebook account. None of them joined because they saw an advertisement. Okay, so let's just understand that social networks are way more powerful than any advertising dollar we can spend. It just is. Forrester Research did a study. 66% of the people that you recommend something to believe that it's a good product, right? So let me put it this way. How many Cowboys fans do we have?
Woo!
2 of you? I know. We had more last week. It's been a tough year. It's been a tough year. I'm a Cowboys convert. I wasn't born in Texas. I just got here as quick as I could. So if Jerry Jones came to you and said, look, we had kind of a bad year, we missed the playoffs, so I'm gonna pay you a royalty for every new Cowboys fan you can convert. That'd be a pretty good deal, right? Right? I'm gonna give you, in fact, if somebody buys season tickets, I'm gonna give you a percentage of what they buy. And if they go to the concession stand, I'm gonna give you a percentage of what they buy. And if they buy season tickets, I'm gonna pay you every single time they renew. How many of you would go find Cowboys fans? Is Jerry Jones going to come to you and say, go find me Cowboys fans? No. He's going to tighten his belt buckle and say, I got this. Right? He's going to go find his own fans. Right? That's what we have here, is we have something that, and this is really amazing because for the first time that I've ever seen in this space, LifeVantage is not jumping onto a trend and taking advantage of a trend. We're leading a trend. And that trend is called biohacking. If you haven't heard of biohacking, you're going to hear a lot more about biohacking within the next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. This is not a trend that's going away. This is something that people are starting to figure out. In fact, a Nobel scientist has gone on record and said the first people who are going to live to 150 years old have already been born. Wow. Right? That's not some quack in a garage mixing products in the bathroom. Right? That's a Nobel Prize winning scientist saying somebody on this earth is going to live to 150 years. How do they do that? Biohacking the aging process. And what that means is just taking control of a complex process. And that's what we do. This trend is a $600 billion trend by the year 2020. Right? That's 24 months from now. By the end of 2020, this is going to be a $600 billion trend. And we are positioned right in front of this trend. And that didn't happen this month. That didn't happen last year. Positioning ourselves in front of this trend, that happened years and years and years ago. Right? If you watched that ABC Primetime Investigative Report, was that done last year? No? Like, that's not even HD. That's definitely not last year. That was years ago, right? You don't position yourself in front of a $600 billion trend just because you decided you wanted to. This trend has been coming for a long time. This trend is called nutrigenomics. Nutrigenomics is biohacking. Nutrigenomics is taking nutrients, putting them in your body, and those nutrients tell your DNA to do something for your body that makes it better. Because how many of us want to feel worse and look older than we did yesterday? Right? I don't know anybody like that. Right? But we all know people who want to feel better and look better than they did yesterday, and that's what nutrigenomics, that's what biohacking is, and that's what we do. And to give you kind of a sense of where this is going and where we believe we can be, right now we're a $200 million publicly traded company. Right? There are no secrets about what we do and where we stand and what's growing and what's not. There are about 70,000 people who are actively promoting this business. 70,000 active distributors in all of our markets. And that includes Canada, the US, Mexico, here in North America. In Europe, that's the United Kingdom, Netherlands, Germany. And in Asia, we have Japan, Thailand, Hong Kong. We just opened China, and we have Australia. Okay? In all of those markets combined, that's 70,000 people. Right? Now, just to put that in perspective, how many people can you fit over here in Memorial Stadium?
Yeah.
About 100,000 people, right? So basically 2/3, like the home cheering section of Texas Memorial Stadium is how many people are actively building that space. Right? That means we've got a lot of work to do, and to get where we're going to go, we've got to fill up a bunch more stadiums. And the really cool part about how this business works is that you get to decide. we're going to fill up more stadiums in Texas. We're going to fill up more stadiums in California, all up the eastern seacoast, in Europe, in South America. You can fill a row. You can fill a section. You can fill your own stadium if you want to. And if you look around at some of these elites, they've got more than a couple of sections. Some of them have, well, like maybe Arkansas Stadium. Razorback Stadium. I hope I didn't offend anybody from Arkansas. I'm not too worried. That's where we're going, though. But let me show you this real quick. Do you know how many people live in the state of Texas?
27 million.
27,
almost 28 million.
28 million, give or take. That's almost as many people as live in Canada, by the way. Okay, so will the elites, will you guys stand up for just a second? Because I want to show you something. You guys that are on the wall, come on, you're part of this too. All right. Everyone who's standing up, at the very minimum, they're doing at least $1 million a year in the city of product sales. Okay? That's the very minimum. And then at Pro 8, it's $500,000 or $200,000 a month. At Pro 9, it's $500,000 a month. So somewhere at least $1 million, but upwards of even $6 million in product sales. Okay, now, if you are not living in Texas, go ahead and sit down. Okay. Not living in Texas.
I almost sat down. I was like,
I was wondering about you.
He must have moved. Well, he's in North
don't
Texas.
have to be very smart to do this.
He wasn't sure. Like north of Dallas, you might be.
I follow Bert.
Yeah. That's somebody who's up in southern Oklahoma. That's what he's called. All right. So in a state of 28 million people, how many elites are here that live here in Texas? Okay.
Ow!
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, in the state of Colorado, do you know how many people live in the, you guys can sit down. How many people live in the whole state of Colorado? Yeah.
About 4.5 million.
About 4.5 million. Bert, how many elite distributors do we have just in greater Denver area?
22. Oh.
Wow.
Get to work.
We're doing it. We're here.
Okay.
We're a little slow.
Now let me tell you something about the number. This company is not going backwards. Okay. We did some stuff. We had to put some pieces together. We had to sort some things out when this management team got together, and we've done that. We put some things together. We found some skeletons in the closet. We found some cobwebs that we had to dust off, and we've done that. Okay. Now we know the next step in our history, the next chapter in this company's history is to get to $500 million in revenue. Then we're going to find people who are going to take us to $1 billion in revenue. And if you're in this room, whether you realize it or not, you're part of the group that's in the know. And we know if we're going to get to $1 billion in revenue, we need a lot more than 70,000 people. We need almost 1 million people promoting this business on an active monthly basis. So let's just do the quick math. You guys, University of Texas graduates, help me with this math. We got 70,000 people, we need to get to 1 million. What percentage is 70,000 of 1 million? 7%.
Yeah.
7%, yeah. Louisiana was the first one with the answers. So if you're part of this group that's in the know, you have a chance to be the first 7% of something that's going to grow to over 1 million people. That's pretty cool. Like, if that doesn't give you goosebumps, I don't know what does. Being in the first 7%, let's just agree that social selling works, right? If you don't believe that, just drive up to Dallas on the tollway, drive past the Mary Kay building, and tell me this doesn't work.
Yep.
Okay. That company is 60 years old. It's doing $3.5 billion a year. Now, would you believe that the opportunity to join Mary Kay and build a business is better today than it was 30 years ago?
No.
Can you join Mary Kay and make some money? Of course. Okay? But if you look at where we are and where we're going, when you see the opportunity to be part of that, be part of the first 7%, that's pretty exciting. doesn't give you goosebumps, that doesn't give you goosebumps, man, I don't know what will. Don't know what will. Okay. So people ask me, okay, you're the Senior Vice President of Field Development. What does that mean? I'll tell you very simply what that means. Is what I do is I spend a fair amount of time in the field and understanding what's working, what we need to improve, systems, the marketing, the messaging, all the stuff that we can do to make this company grow faster. But what I'm also doing is I'm looking for the people who are identifying themselves as the leaders who are going to take this company to the next level. And what I do is then I say, okay, those guys are the people we need to get our resources behind, and then I help get the resources of a $200 million publicly traded company behind you so that you can go accomplish whatever it is you want to accomplish. Cool. That's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful. So how do you identify yourself as a leader? It's actually really simple. First thing, you go Pro 3. If you're not a Pro 3, get to Pro 3. If you're already a Pro 3, help some people go Pro 3, get to Pro 5, just like Chris showed you. If you're already, by the way, when you get to Pro 5, we fly you out to the company and we spend a day with you and we bring some of the top leaders in just to sit down and teach you and train you, and then we go play for a whole day. Right? Which in Utah, that means river rafting and golf and skiing and like whatever, spa, yeah. Spa. Massage. Yeah. Right? And then when you get to Pro 7, that's just by helping a few people go Pro 5, just like that graph that Chris showed. When you go Pro 7, then we invite you to our elite retreat, which this year is going to be in the Bahamas. Nice. Right? How many of you been to the Atlantis in the Bahamas? That's a pretty cool place. Like, that's a bucket list kind of place. Like, if you haven't been to the Atlantis in the Bahamas, like, you should go. Just put that on your list of things to do in your life. And we're going to send you for free. All expenses paid for getting the Pro 7. That's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
For two.
Heck yeah.
For two, not just you. Because it's kind of boring to go by yourself. you take somebody else, your significant other. But that's how you do it. Is you just do it. You register for Indianapolis. You just show your commitment, and then you start growing a business. And then that's what we do. That's how you pop up on our radar. And then that's what I do. I have a team of people inside the company that is dedicated to your success. And that's what we do on a daily basis. Is we're working with you to help you accomplish whatever it is that you set out to accomplish. Isn't that great? Yeah. Pretty powerful. So that's what I'm looking for. Hopefully, I know there's some people in the room that are going to be some of that next chapter of our company's development. And I want to meet you. I want to talk to you. I want to say hi. We're going to go and grow this thing together. It's going to be amazing. So thank you, Kai, for inviting me. Thank you guys for being here.
Come on, Joe. Okay, so this is what really gives me a kick about our company, is because we work in harmony with our corporate executive. That's the reason why we're one family. It's the culture, you guys. So we're just so excited. Thank you. You don't know how much we appreciate you, Dave, for coming and joining us here in Austin. Recognize all the ranks from Pro 1 to Pro 6. So let me recognize. Please stand up if you are Pro 1, who has a $1,000 in volume. I'm so excited for all of you because you know why. Outside this room, there are millions of people who want to be in this room and be invited. But unfortunately, they don't know anybody from LifeVantage. So we are so, so blessed to have this gift. All right, so secondly, Joe?
Pro 2, $2,500 in organization.
And then we go on to Pro 3s. Have $5,000.
All right, Pro 4s. Any Pro 4s in the house? $10,000. Go ahead and stay standing. Dave mentioned this. Which one of you have already been able to go to Pro 5 Summit? experienced Pro 5 Summit. Okay, I'd like you to speak on Pro 5 Summits, please, if you would.
Well, the funniest thing about Pro 5 Summit is when my husband and I got there, we had separate rooms. I'm Pro 5 at the same time. So it was amazing. We got to go to the first one. It will change your life.
Where did you go? What did you do?
I don't remember the name of the hotel. Went to the first one, so somebody told me.
Snowbird?
No. Salt Lake City, but I don't remember the hotel.
Okay.
Vermont, maybe?
Okay.
Vermont.
Yes.
And you got to train with?
It's been a while.
Just say somebody.
It was an amazing experience, though, right? It was all expense
and
paid.
I let them have the other room for someone else, and I stayed with my husband.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Can we go on our Pro 6? Okay, so let's move on to our panelists. In Life Vantage, Joe, we set people up for success. And with that said, we'd like to invite all our premier panelists, no, not all, but we have 5 premier panelists that we invited to be here today, and so that we can, ask some questions for them and pick their brains.
Which, by the way, they don't know any questions that are going to be asked, so.
It's going to be impromptu. We're going to roast them. Seriously, truly, they don't know what the questions will be. We're going to open this to our audience, Q&A, and we'd like to introduce them. Well, we'll start with today. Why don't you introduce your name, where you're from, and your current rank, okay?
Hi, I'm Tiffany Kate. I'm from Tomball, Texas, which is a Pro 5 and mom of 3 and full-time with Life Vantage.
My name is Johnny Marcano. I live in Round Rock, not that far from here. I'm a Pro 5 with Life Vantage. I quit my teaching job this year. I work from home now at Dell. Yeah, I didn't join Dell in 1985, right? But I'm pretty excited about this and what the future is going to bring for us this year in 2018.
Yeah.
My name is Ruthie Ontiveros, and I'm from Pflugerville, Texas, just a little here. And I'm a Pro 4. I'm mom of 1 beautiful daughter, and my passion is helping people do something, take control of their life and have options.
Yes.
My name is Marjorie Ham. You can call me Bacon.
Bacon.
Originally, I'm from the Philippines, just like HAYES, the pride of the Philippines.
Wow.
And my profession, I am an occupational therapist. I'm a mom of 3 kids that are here with me to support me because I'm very nervous. my husband is also here, and I'm already a full-time mom.
I'm Calvin Gohart Richard. I am a Pro 4 in Marble Falls, Texas, where I own a faith-based fitness studio. And I'm a father of 3. My little one is back here. He's actually feeling a little bit under the weather, but we have a business that we can take our kids to work when we need to.
Yeah.
These are the future elite leaders of Life Vantage. So let's take it away. We'd like volunteers from the audience. This is going to be an impromptu questions. Please go up front. There's a mic there. At the back of this room, please stand up and identify yourself, your name, and where you're from, and then what's your question.
Hi everyone, my name is David. I'm a Pro 3, and my question is, in the beginning, what are some of the top 3 things like income-producing activities that you think is important to get people to Pro 3?
Just to save time, Joe and I are going to pick 2 persons, 2 representatives to answer 1 question, okay? So we're going to start with Tiff.
Okay. to kind of dial it back a little bit because the biggest step from getting from Pro 3 to Pro 5 is right here. So start here.
Yeah.
Gosh, was I supposed to answer it? Oh, 3. I did one. I'm an Aggie, so sometimes I don't count. I would say identify some of the people on your team that really want to make this a business or pay a car payment or a phone bill and lock arms with them and really work with them. And attend events. I mean, that's key. I haven't missed an event. We have to make sacrifices. I'm missing my baby girl's belt graduation today. But I'm here because this is where I'm supposed to be.
And Johnny, can you take that? Oh, Rudy.
Yes.
Go ahead, Rudy.
Okay, so 3 income-producing activities. So one thing is when you're a Pro 1 and you're trying to get a Pro 3, it feels like you're on your own because you don't have a team yet. So just keep in mind that it's not about you, it's about somebody else. You're just going to keep looking for people, and you're going to find somebody that wants the same thing that you do. So, my journey as to going to Pro 3 was I was sharing it with everybody. So first, have passion of what you're doing. Be involved going to the events, as many as you can, and get knowledge. And 3, make friends everywhere you go. So wherever you go, make connections. Look at somebody in the eye and just make a connection with them and keep in touch with them. And you build that relationship. And eventually you'll find somebody that wants this. And they will do it. So for example, for me, by the 3rd month, one of my distributors found somebody, brought him to a meeting. She saw it. She got into the gold pack. Next day, I gave her the GoPro book. She read it overnight. Next day, she upgraded to platinum. And a couple days later, she enrolled somebody and enrolled somebody else. So the thing that you have to keep in mind is that it's not about you. It's about somebody else.
Thank you. Do we have another question, please?
Okay, any of you can answer this. For those of us who have started from Pro 1 to Pro 3, how do you alleviate prospects' minds on the misconception of our business model?
Okay, let me address this to Calvin.
First, you have to let them understand what entrepreneurship is. Understand, I always say, like even as Tiff said about the mindset, understanding if you're an employee, it's hard to understand what being an entrepreneur is and understanding network marketing. So educate them on the industry and how entrepreneurship is different from an employee mindset. If you don't shift from that, you're still going to go on the same route there. So educate them on what you do in this industry and why it's better than other industries. I think that's the first thing. Get rid, like Chris said, be up in front. I understand there's a stigma behind this, just like with attorneys or with certain types of occupations that are out there that people have a mindset about. So you educate somebody to be able to get rid of those falsehoods.
That was great, Richard. What about Johnny? Can you add to that, Johnny?
I think, I'll go to what she was saying, right? It starts with you. When you start talking to people want to notice that, you know. Can you hear me better now? Sorry. It starts with you. You have to believe in this industry. You have to believe that you are in a great company. You have a great opportunity in your hands. People will see that, okay? Certainly, there are going to be some people that are going to have their preconceived notions, right? Because they know Mary or whoever, right, would try network marketing, never succeeded. She was chasing people down, right? She never went to an event. She never learned, right, how the professionals do this. It baffles me. Some people spend a lot of money going to school either to be a doctor, to be a physical therapist. I went to college, right, to get my master's in education because I was going to move up in the education world. So I have to pay my money, and I have to put the time. I have to work. There were many times when I went to bed really late studying, right? I'd make a sacrifice. People join network marketing, they want it to be so easy, right? They don't put the time, they don't learn. I do it on my own, and guess what? The results are there, right? You see it, and people have seen this in other people, right? It's your job, right, to believe, to be knowledgeable about the industry. I remember Joe in one opportunity meeting that presentation like this, a couple of years ago. He's talking, you have to be a student of this industry. You have to understand what you have in your hands. When people see you and hear you, they will know, this guy knows something that I don't know. I know a lot of distributors, lead distributors, that they just joined LiveVantage and became top distributor with the company just because they believe in somebody else. They say, I didn't do the research. This guy was really excited about it, and I want to join that guy because I want that same vibe in my life.
That was brilliant. Do we have another question, please? Thank you.
So my name is Diane Holbrook from Burnett, Texas, and I've been in LiveVantage for about 6 years. And the one question I want to ask you today is to dig deep and remember the very first moment this was introduced to you when you saw the video. And the question I want to ask off it is, what did you like best about what you saw?
Yes. Okay, let's give the mic to Marjorie.
Yes. Okay, I don't know if this happens to all of you are a distributor, but this is, when I was introduced to the ABC investigative report, initially I was not really very interested because the person that introduced to me was a network marketer. And I was one of those people who is very negative about network marketing. In fact, my mom is a network marketer. I'm always an obedient daughter, but I never listen to my mom. I never obey my mom. When it comes to that point. But I really, really love the question because this is really I really want to share my story and why. So my dad had a heart attack after my mom passed away from cancer. So his health deteriorated. So an acquaintance showed me the video, and I told her initially, if that is network marketing, I'm not interested. So that's why I'm so actually thankful that sometimes bad things happen for a good reason. And I'm thankful that my dad had a heart attack, because if it didn't happen, then I would have been introduced to LiveVantage. So when I saw the video, I told him, no, I'm not interested. But she said, you really have nothing to lose. Just watch the video. So I remember just seeing the first part. I remember Jen Quiñones, and that's what got me interested, because I saw the video originally aired in 2005. Wow. So I arrived here in America in 2005. I was still reviewing as an occupational therapist with my state board, and I remember that I was laughing. Basically, I was laughing when I saw the video because I was not able to see the video from top to end. I just heard a portion when Dr. McCord mentioned that you can no longer distinguish an 80-year-old from a 20-year-old. And I thought it was just one of those commercial things to attract people so that you'll buy the product. So fast forward, when I saw the video, I said, I think I saw that video. When I saw the video, I really, really cried, because when I have understood what's oxidative stress, when my mom was battling for cancer for 10 years, I was really looking for something. Our family was plagued with a lot of health issues. My mom had cancer, my dad had a stroke, my brother is a lawyer, 31 years old, had mild stroke when he was 31 years old. And me, myself, before LiveVantage was introduced to me, I was partially disabled. And can you see me now? I was diagnosed with Meniere's disease. I couldn't drive. I couldn't read storybook to my kids. So when I saw the video, I was so attracted to the science. I was so negative about network marketing, but it was the science. And I know at the moment that it was the answer to my prayer. I was looking for something. What really caused aging? What really caused cancer? What really caused... So when I saw that, my sponsor actually was very surprised, because initially I was very negative. I said, no, I'm not interested. When I saw that, I told her, I want the product now, today, now. And then she said, can I just give you the product tomorrow? Because today is my birthday. I don't have the time. I said, I don't care if it's your birthday. I want the product now, because I don't want to miss, today, not taking the product. Because I just felt like, every being that is breathing needs that. as important as you're taking water. So that's why when I ran out of the product, I panicked. And so that's what I saw in the investigative report. And I wish, and that's why I'm very passionate with this one. I'm so scared talking to a lot of people. This is my first, second time to really talk. And she's amazing. I'm very passionate for two reasons. My dad, right now, before life bandage, he wants to remarry a 47-year-old girl. But after life bandage, he wants to remarry a 27-year-old girl. Because he's feeling healthier and younger. And that's the negative side effect. And another reason that I don't wanna, the reason that I'm passionate, because I don't want anybody to miss this opportunity just like my mom.
Yes.
You know, if I could turn back time, I wish somebody had talked to me about it. And that's why, you know, whatever other people are saying, or rejection, naysayers, anything, I don't mind. Because I don't want anybody to miss this opportunity or information just like my mom.
One of the first things I saw when I saw the video, it was John Quinones, and I remember him from the day. I may look a little bit younger than I am, but I'm kidding. No, I'm totally good. No, so when I saw him, I really was drawn to what he had to say, but then when I saw that it was an all-natural product, that's what really caught my attention. And then, of course, like most people, I went online and saw, you know, good, bad, and the ugly. But I trusted the person that introduced me to the video originally. And because of that trust, I knew that it was something special. So I didn't worry about the good, the bad, and the ugly that I saw online. So.
Perfect, Tiz. Thank you so much. And one last question. Yes.
I just wanted to thank you all for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Diane. Do we have one question for the panelists?
Howdy, y'all. My name is Uwe. I'm from Pflugerville, Texas, up north here. And my question is, I'm fairly new. I'm 6-7 months with the company, and I love it. And thanks for the inspiration from all the leads. My question is, how do you deal with objections and then the follow-up?
Okay, we'll start with Johnny, and then Ruti, and then Calvin.
I am glad, you know, that I didn't think about that. Me, I'm original from Venezuela, right? I'm black. We are passionate, right, about the stuff that we do. I just showed up at people's homes. I just went. I didn't set an appointment like you Americans do. I just went. You know that amigo with this company. I want to share something with you. That's what I did. So I ended up getting a lot of, you know, customers that way. I have my first distributor who is here today. Yeah. That 3 months after, you know, I started doing live vantage, right? That was when I got my first distributor, okay? So it was a long journey. So in everybody's journey is different. But I didn't care. I would get mad. I remember when I joined this, I had the objection. The biggest objection that I had was my wife's. She told me, I want to lose friends. Because I get mad easily. If people tell me no, I get mad. Right? And I thought, no, it's not that people tell me no. If it's people are not willing to listen, at least give me a chance, right? Let me tell you what it is, and then you decide. You know? And then later I'll learn that, listen, if maybe it's not your time right now. Maybe later on in life, you know, I will touch base with you. I left the door open, right? So, hey, it's okay if I follow up with you in like, you know, a few months, 4 months, right? And that will allow me to later on come in and update these people with, you know, how I was doing, right? Or new science about the product or whatever. But my wife told me I'm going to lose friends, which is the opposite, right? I made tons of friends, right? I'm going to lose money, right? It wouldn't have money for this. The opposite. When you start seeing the money coming in, now she's on board, right? And she told me, you don't have time for this. Because I was a teacher, right? Spending most of the time at the school, right? Not making that much money. On top of that, my wife also worked in the school district, right? So we have 4 kids, and all of them with activities. So certainly I didn't have time, so I had to get creative, right? How to make time for this, because if I had time to go watch, a whole season of The Walking Dead, right? I have time to make a phone call. So, objections, yes, they're going to happen. But it's okay. Move on. Somebody's going to be out there who is looking for something. Who's going to connect with you. Something that I learned is that this is the business of relationships, right? And people want to do business with people they like. They feel good with. If you come, all nasty, almighty, right? That you have the answer to everything. Who's want to do business with you, right? Be nice. Keep the door open. And then follow up later on. Maybe later on, the situations, the circumstances are different. That when you approach them again, and they see that you were truthful to what you were saying, that this is one of those things that you just joined, and 2 months later you get tired, and you're gonna go and jump to other company or do something else. When you see that you were truthful, right, and dedicated, they will see, I would like to do business with somebody like that.
So one thing that I've learned is that when somebody has an objection, there's a reason behind it. So it's always good to ask questions. Always ask a question back to find out what it is their objection is really about. And then two, I like telling stories. So this is a great opportunity to meet different people, get their stories, not only about their health, but their business. So I like always telling a story about somebody else's success or somebody else's results, because that makes them feel at ease about whatever situation they're going through. The third thing is use third party, especially when you're starting. It's great to have somebody else answer those questions for you, because at the beginning, most of the time, we're talking to our friends and family, and believe me, they don't believe you. So have somebody else answer the questions. And also, if you don't have a third party, be humble. So you know what, that's a great question. I'm going to get the answer for you, and let me get back to you on that. It's best to do that than just to try and make something up on the spot.
Yes, so good.
I think you first start with your own objections. So 19 years prior to me actually seeing this, I was a sophomore in college, and one of my best friends started Amway. Called home to Dad, hey Dad, what's up with this Amway? Oh, it's a pyramid scheme, son, on the people top, making all the money, you're gonna waste your money. So for 19 years, I had tunnel vision against all of network marketing. I look back on it, my dad was always an employee. Could never teach me about building a business. So you got to be careful who you listen to for your own. You go back on your own objections first and foremost. And I think about, I like nothing when I first saw this. Nothing but the science. I try to debunk it. My background is in sports medicine, undergrad and grad. I have a master's degree in it. And I'm pretty good at debunking that. I couldn't. So I have my own objection that I overcame first and foremost. Then you just look at all the folks that are coming to you from there. I've been this long enough, almost 5 years now. I've heard all the elites, all the individuals, I heard their story. So when someone has an objection, I've heard enough of everyone else's story. It might not be my objection, but I heard other people's story to be able to use theirs. Oh, I don't know anybody. Hey man, Tiana Tim, she didn't know anybody. She didn't even like people. Joe, I still remember everybody's testimony. So pay attention to the stories you hear there, because their objection to get to be premier, to be elite, is the same stuff that other people are going to overcome. So every single objection somebody gives you, you want to get good at being able to overcome the objections and dealing with those things. But every single one that they have, someone has overcome it already.
Yeah.
So that means going to events, going to places, being engaged to hear enough from other individuals so that you formulate your own firepower to come against those objections.
Now, we are going to just ask you, all of you guys, to just give some great message to all of our guests today. In 1 or 2 sentences, just give them the message, the wisdom of why they need to take a hard look at LifeVantage. We'll start with you, Tiff.
Okay. Yeah. I think most of all, this business, this company has changed me as a person so much. It makes you want to be a better person, a better mom. You can't tell I'm the crier in the room. I've yet to take the mic when I have not cried. No, seriously. We all want to be a better version of ourselves. And please the people in this room do, and this company helps you become that. The company, the products, the people help you become a better person. So that's why I love LifeVantage, and that's why I love all of you guys.
Piece of advice, act, right? Act. Don't just listen. I mean, a lot of us listen to good stuff and we go excited, right? I remember when I shared about this with coming from an elite academy, right? My very first one, second one, I talked to somebody at school, one of the coordinator, and she told me, oh yeah, I know, it's kind of like the excitement that you get when you go to professional development, and when you come back, you want to do all that stuff, and then you get back in that day-to-day, and then you forget, oh, where are my notes about what I learned about how to teach better to the kids who are not paying attention, right? Or whatever. So, follow up on what you felt today, right? If you feel like, go do some research about this. Listen, I know there's so many things out there, right? And that's one of the objections that I got right at the beginning. What is your supplement different than what these other people are selling, right? I mean, a lot, right? But of course, I'm the salesman. I'm the one who wants to sell this. I want to push it through your eyes, right? Through your nose. I want you to get this. Listen, go and do your research about this. I like that we have Dave Fleming here, right? Representing LifeVantage as a corporation. I mean, I know, when I saw the video the first time, I thought, my wife was right, I don't have money for this. But then, a month later, I bought me a brand new tablet, right? And then I was thinking, if I really was a business person, I would have used this money to buy my enrollment package, right? Maybe I don't have any need, to be a distributor, because I don't know if I want to be as excited, as I am right now, right? Later on in life. I mean, when I first heard about the opportunity. So believe in yourself, believe in what you have, and understand that you're not alone in this. I mean, you're surrounded by people, and the people who are going to come later. And when you saw the enrollment, right, when I was thinking, the compensation plan, and you see that, these people making all this money, they have all these people as distributors, I was thinking, I don't even know 30 people who want to do this, right? And to be a lead distributor, to have $1 million worth of sales every month, that's going to require a lot of people. Listen, my organization right now is made up completely of people that I have never met, I never seen. People came through people who came from people that knew people, right? I originally enrolled only about 12 people, okay? And that turned into an organization of over about $20,000 a month, right? So believe in what you have in your hands, act upon it, right? Do your research, and believe in what you have. This opportunity is great. So you're lucky that somebody invited you to know about this today.
Yes. Okay, so I remember being in a room just like yourself as a guest about 2 years and a couple months. And I remember seeing this information and deciding this was what's going to help my family change their future, change our future. Not only financially, but with our time. I wanted control of that time for our family. And if you're one of those people that are thinking that right now, that this is for you, this is definitely yes for you, get ready for change, get ready for growth, and get ready for your eyes to be open to a world of opportunities that you've never seen before. So I came to this, and I had never been networking. I had, very few friends. I didn't know many people. And as soon as I said yes, my eyes opened to all these millions of people around me that could potentially be my friends and be in my business, and how many people I could help. And it has made me grow not only as a person, but as a mother, as a wife. And I will tell you that you will grow and you will never regret it. And just be sure. And when I saw this, I decided I'm going to be a student. I'm going to learn how to do this business, and I'm going to become an expert. And it doesn't matter how much time goes by, I'm going to continue doing that. So I hope that whatever you see today for yourself, you act on it. Yes.
My message is, I believe that LifeVantage is a gift from God. Amen. And if you consider all people children of God, you really have to share it to all people without discrimination. So it's a gift. You can give it to anybody, but it's up to them. Sometimes they want the gift, or they don't like it. It doesn't matter. For me, as long as I've done my part, sharing it. I have this first rejection, first from my husband. He said it's a scam. My husband is here. So, but I did not really I just continued because I saw the vision of what we have. But after 2 weeks, when I received a check of more than $1,000, because I'm just so excited sharing it, even if still I don't know how to share it. My husband, I was surprised because my sponsor didn't even explain to me the compensation because she's very new. I didn't also understand why I received the money. So I told my husband, look, I received a check, I don't know where this money comes from. And then my husband said, where did you get that money? I said, from the scam. To one of these events, and then when he saw what we have, he told me that you have to go out there, go house to house, and talk to spiritual people, so that you could get Pro 7 and I could retire from my job. Yes. So, last is, I'm so grateful to Life Advantage because I was able to bring to get my life back again. So that's why I told myself, even if I'm given 1 day to live or 1 hour to live, if there's an opportunity to share this with anybody, I would share this. Because there are always people that are waiting for this opportunity as an answer to their prayers.
I didn't learn the compensation plans like 9 months in. I just knew checks were coming. So, personal development and leadership development. You're going to hear this a gazillion times. Your business is only going to grow as you grow as a person. What the books that I've read, the coaching that I've received, all that has made me better at every other area of my life. I'm a better parent, I'm a better husband, better business owner. I make more money. I learned how in my own business, where I was the only coach for the first 7 years, I now have 3 coaches on staff. I learned how to delegate and duplicate, what we learn in this industry. Learn how to develop other people. You're going to learn how to. This is not just about us. We expand everything else. Our 2 biggest commodities are time and our health. We have an answer for both of those. Our products give us more time and give us better health. The money gives us the opportunity to enjoy what we can do with this time. My son is my countdown kid. My youngest one back there, I got 6 years basically until he's out of the house, so do it early, man. I kick him out. So everything is wrapped around. By that time, I want to be in a position to have stupid money to help a stupid amount of people. Yeah. That's my goal, is to be at why wait till you're 65 plus to retire like other people are waiting on that to happen. We don't have to go with the 97% or going to fail. Yeah. Most of them are going to fail at that traditional way. We have a different way, we have a better way. Let's run.
Yes. Are you guys very confident in this? Thank you so much, premier panelists. Let's start with our guests. Who among our guests came in at exactly 9 a.m.? Raise your hand. The earliest. We have Mike and Susie. Okay, Diane. So come on down and you can pick one or two. No, just one. One is either the product or the shirts. Congratulations. Axio. That is a great choice. Oh, that is a great choice. Yeah. Starting lowering down your oxidative stress. Oh, okay. No, we're only calling the early bird. Just the early bird. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yes. Just pick one. Before 9 o'clock. Only at 9 o'clock. Yeah. Congratulations, you guys. And then we're going to call in who are the distributors bio. That's great. And who amongst our distributor drove the farthest? Like maybe 10? Sorry,
Let's start with 10 hours. Drove 10 hours.
From Germany.
Doesn't count, buddy. I never did that.
Don't lie.
10 hours. Anyone drive 10 hours? Okay, I win. Okay, 9 hours. 9 hours. 8 hours. 7 hours.
Right here. Go ahead.
7 hours?
It's right here.
Jump.
Congratulations, Andy.
Congratulations. Go ahead.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Just pick one. Yeah, just pick one. Thank you very much. You picked the lovely one. Yeah. That's very, very good. And the one. Yes, just one last raffle ticket, and then we're gonna go.
Okay.
We're gonna go on whoever flew from out of the state, out of Austin, flew just to come here. Please raise your hands. Flew in. Oh my God. Chris, stop trying.
Stop trying.
Please come in, Maria. And pick one door prize so that we can move on. And we are going to introduce to you the elites. We're going to have an elite panel, you guys. Congratulations, Maria and Ivy. You can pick and choose which one you like. Perfect. Thank you.
Anyone have a birthday today?
Today.
Today. Are you serious? Birthday today. Go ahead.
Mine's next week.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Let's sing happy birthday to her. Ready? Go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Anna. Happy birthday to you. One more prize from whatever.
Great for 100, don't I? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's go ahead and bring up our elite distributors that are in the house today, please.
All the
elite
names,
distributor panel.
please. Allow yourself to be recognized. Come up here, all the elites from Pro 7, 8s, 9s, 10s. And we're just going to stand up here, please. And then we're going to ask you to introduce yourself. Just state your name, where you're from, and what your rank. State your name, your rank, and where you're from. Okay? So, can we just line up here?
Can you hear me? All right. First, Michael, Gilbert, Arizona, Pro 9.
Girls, Parker, Colorado, residing in Wickenburg, Arizona. I ain't pushed the snow this winter. Pro 9.
Zach Paget, Smithville, Texas, Pro 8.
Boy Watkins, Waco, Texas, Pro 7.
Chad Belanger, Covington, Louisiana, Pro 8.
Texas, Pro 7.
Torreyville, Houma, Louisiana, Pro 7.
Waco, Texas, Pro 9.
Pro 8, Austin, Texas.
RC Nettles, Goodyear, Arizona, Pro 9.
7, Austin, Texas.
And this is my husband. I'm not single anymore.
Sonny Belanger from the Who Dat Nation.
Line up in the middle, please, because we are going to invite some from the audience to please just stand up and raise your questions now and get them answered right away.
Get over here, Corey. Get
Get over here.
Get over here in front, in the middle, please. We're going to pass the mic. Is the mic? Where's the mic?
Melissa has it.
And share, because we want you to share your wisdom to all of our guests and distributors who wants to. Please, don't be shy. Come up and ask a question. There's a mic over there. Sorry. And then state your name, please, and then ready.
My name is Roberto Tiveros, and my question is, what have been some of your significant challenges in your entire journey in LifeVantage, and what have you learned from it?
You've got the mic.
Who's got the mic?
Do you care for me to go, or?
Pardon? Oh, no, we're going to pick and choose, yeah. Marcy, can you start with the answer, please?
Okay. Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one, because we all have things that challenge us and keep us from moving forward when we should move forward. As a matter of fact, it's like I've been telling this old story that I got told this morning. It's time for me to stop telling that old story, right? It's, you know, the way people used to look at me, right? So you have to understand that you're going to have old stories come up all the time, that you have to be in control of your emotions around it, and the way you choose to look at it, and then the way you speak about it. Okay? Because that's what you have to understand, is that your words that you tell yourself are more powerful than anything else that happens in your life. So anytime something difficult comes up towards you, which I'm telling you my old stories without telling you my old stories, it was hard and it really took me down. So stop yourself. First of all, recognize it, stop, and choose yourself a new story.
Perfect. Thank you, Marcy. And Tori, can you please share your wisdom?
Sure, I'll answer that. My biggest challenge and my biggest obstacle was myself. From day one, it was I never believed in me. And I had so many people that believed in me before I believed in myself, and I am so thankful for that. So my biggest thing that I want to tell everyone sitting in here is believe in yourself much faster. Get up in front of the room. Just face your fear, face that challenge, face that obstacle, because the personal growth, I promise you can ask every single person up here, is so rewarding. I am not the same person I was 7 years ago. So believe in yourself much faster.
That's wonderful. So the next question will be answered by Clay and Sonny. Next question, please.
How are you doing? Robert Duran, Austin, Texas. I want to know, how many years did it take you to reach Pro 7?
Sonny can't count that.
Who
that?
16 months in Pro 7.
Wow.
Nice.
Somebody told me 4.
That's your number.
I can tell you that in the beginning, starting out, it was crazy. Like I had 2 and it was stuck for like a year and a half. Couldn't really figure out why, and then I realized it's because we were doing those 2.5, 3 hour long science lessons, because the science made perfect sense to me. So we literally had people fall asleep during meetings, like sitting there.
That's when they absorb the most information when they're sleeping.
That's when we did totally inappropriate things to them to pay them back. And then I finally broke past that, hit Pro 4, then was stuck there for like another year. Finally hit Pro 5 and came back from the summit, made it to 6 pretty quick, and then was stuck there again for, you know, well beyond a year. So, yeah, right at 4 years.
Does that help?
Yeah, no, definitely. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Robert. So next question, let us have David and Greg answer this.
Perfect. Okay, so the majority of the people in this room probably have full-time jobs along with working LifeVantage. So what would you say is one of your top tips on working this business in and around your crazy schedule and getting it to the elite ranks?
Good question. Good question.
Good question.
Yeah,
Very good.
Well, I mean, I still do that even though I'm in the league because we want to get to the level and stuff like that. But it's just tough to be able to do that. I'm still working full time, working 12 hours a day. But again, it's so that we can have the opportunity to do what we want to do and help people and work with our organization, those types of things. But I mean, you just have to be focused. You know, I'm lucky because I have Kai. So what we do as a couple is I've committed my time to make sure that the foundation was set and let her run wherever she wants, how she wants to help grow the business. And I help support her. And again, you know, meetings like this and that type of thing. So it's really working with people, your team, in my case, it's my wife and everybody else, to support them as you can. So there's no real easy answer to that. But, you know, it just comes along, you start to grow and build, and you're able to manage all that.
Thank you. Please kindly speak louder for the next panelist. No, for you.
That's a tough question, but trying to go back and remember what I was doing at that time. You know, I teach a lot in goal setting. Okay, so that's the first thing I had to do. Was I had to look inward at the beginning because I'm kind of stubborn and I've owned 3 businesses and stuff like that in the past. And you got to really believe in what you do. Okay, that was the first part of it. Okay, because you know Chris and I spent some time together, and I was lucky because he could answer all my questions at the beginning. But that was the first part of it. It took me a little bit longer than it did a lot of other people because I was kind of at the very beginning of it, and there wasn't anything to look around. There wasn't nobody here. It was just him and this guy right here, just us, and that was it. And matter of fact, I had to go to Waco to go to meetings to get that belief because I'm really a quiet person. I can't tell people something if I don't believe it myself. Okay, so I gave the product to a number of people, and I took it myself, and what it did for me, and now that's when the belief came in because it came in from inside. So I had to set the time that I was going to build a business. So I said I'm going to work 10 to 12 hours a week. So I had to set that time aside and then go out, make my list, do the things that, you know, I am the blueprint, okay? So I followed the blueprint because that's what I was taught. All right, so then I put the list together and did what I did. Chris Michael came down and he said, let's go. And that's what we did. We just went, used that time and got in front of people. So I was real lucky to have Chris at the beginning because he taught me what I needed to know. But, you know, it comes from inside, believing what you're going to do, and then you go out and talk to people about it. And that's how it worked. That's how it grew.
Thank you, David. Next, we have another question, please.
Hello, my name is Elena, and I'm a Pro 1. I'm from San Antonio, and I work in a cubicle Monday through Friday, and I'm so anxious to get out of that cubicle. My question is, I know that this is a relationship building business, but as far as like approaching family and friends, it's like nobody really wants to hear about it. So my question to you is, whenever you go out, wherever you go, how do you approach without sounding like you're selling something?
Great question. Would like to throw this out to Melissa and Bert, please.
Well, it's very different today than it was when I started. And that was, you know, I was so in my way. I'm an overthinker, and I just got in my way all the time. So in the beginning, you know, I would tell people, just kind of show them my excitement. And we were taught such good verbiage in the beginning and how to speak, but there was a little bit of this being secretive that did not work for me. And I couldn't pull that off. So I just had to be honest and tell them, what I think this is going to do. And, they need to take a look at it. Brandon Cunningham, my cousin, he always used the verbiage, may or may not be for you. And that took the salesy pressure off me because I'm not a salesperson. And so I always would say, may or may not be for you, but you've got to take a look at it. I promise it won't be a waste of your time because in 8 years, nobody's ever told me it was a waste of their time to take a look at it. So your signal needs to be higher than them. That's the most important thing, is your belief, your signal has to be higher. Your excitement, just take the pressure off if you need to do that. Today, what I say is, there's something that changed my life, my family's life, and has changed hundreds and thousands of others. You've got to take a look at this. Again, may or may not be for you, but you've got to take a look at it. So your signal, though, is the most important thing. They're not going to really pay as much attention to what you say as how you say it.
Excellent. Thank you, Melissa. Bert?
When we started this thing, guys, we only had one little blue box, okay? And it was amazing. It was an amazing product, but our belief was just a little tiny bee. We really didn't believe very much yet. So to transfer that belief to whoever you're talking about, you've got to take that little bee, build it into a bigger bee, and as you get some more testimonies, some more things happening in your team, and your belief continues to grow, pretty soon it's a bee like that. It's your belief system. All we do is transfer our belief to them. How do you do that? A little bit, ask questions. Find out what their needs, wants, and desires are. It's not about selling anything. It's about what can we do to help you be better. Whether it's health, quality time for your family, or finances, or all three together. Whatever they want or need, that's all we do is supply that.
Perfect. On to the next question.
Hi, Roy and my wife Juanita, San Antonio, Texas, Pro 3. I have so, of course, we have a system in this business, and we've always heard to do this business, you got to go out and talk to people. That's what I've heard the whole time that I've been in. But what was it like in the day of you when you were doing this business? What was your technique that you could share with us, for some of us that may have obstacles in doing the business on a daily basis when you go out to prospect?
Okay, Corey and Zach, this one's for you.
All right. Ignorance on fire is what I did.
Still does.
I mean, I still do it. I mean, I haven't learned a lot. No, I mean, if you've never done this business before, you kind of have to on-the-job training. And so you learn by your mistakes, and Lord knows I've made a lot of them. And I've learned from those mistakes, and hopefully a better person from it. But back in the day, we didn't have this stuff. I mean, look at what you guys have to build this business. I mean, look at this lineup that you have. We had a couple of people that would come in and help us, throughout. I mean, Chris Michael, you would come in with Colt, and then and then it'd just be you, right? Yeah. And then we have all the other leaders that would come through. But my goodness, we were kind of building this on our own, and we had our business partners, and we were just going out talking to people in an excited way, and that's it. I mean, when you share this opportunity, you have to do it in a manner that's going to drive some curiosity. And I think that's the key. Because if you go up to somebody and say, hey man, I got something for you to look at. Can you take a look at it? Or if you go, hey, I've got something that's going to change your life. You need to take a look at it. You understand the difference there? I mean, it's true though, you guys. I'm being for real. If I could do this over again, if I could go back in time, that's what we had. We had hope, we had dreams, and that's what we built this business on. We hoped that these products would be great. We hoped that we could build a $1 billion company. We hoped that we could do that. Well, guess what? You guys have a hope that's going to help us get to that $1 billion company. You guys, not us, you guys. And it's how you go and present this information. It has to be driven by the same excitement. It doesn't matter. It's like you said, it doesn't matter what you say. It's how you say it. All right, thanks.
Before I answer that question, I would like to make this comment. The future of Life Vantage is bright. It is because of you. You know, I was very, very shy like Bert and Sonny. Until we kind of learned to come out of our shell. But we've been doing this. We have been doing this a long time. And you talk about passing the baton. The baton is being passed. You guys have heard me. You've heard several of us up here, maybe not Marcy that much because, but Chris, you've heard Chris. Guys, Johnny said it. You act. You do something. You can read all the books you want to read, and I've done them because I was so bad at this to begin with. But you've got to do something. It's that getting ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. It doesn't work. You do something. I'll never forget, if I can remember how it went. First couple of months in, my wife tells me I've got the perfect invitation. And I said, so what is it? She goes, well, what if I could show you a product that reduces your oxidative stress by 20%? Would you be interested? I was, no. No, actually, I said, well, I can't say that. She said, no, you have to say that. This is what we were taught to say. I said, I can't say that. And so what was really interesting, and I know a lot of you have heard this story, so we're driving to Houston, and at that time they had a Sunday night call. And so Cindy at that time texts whoever's doing the call and says, is this a perfect invitation? And he came back and said, at the call, if that came out of my mouth, they would think I was crazier than a football bat. Okay? That is not. And I was smart enough to just, where I wanted to go, but I didn't. And so, anyhow, but what I've learned, Roy, in answer to your question is, and Bert said it, you learn to listen. If you will listen and ask, if you will ask questions and actually listen to the answer, everybody will tell you the perfect invitation. It's gotten so much easier because even, I guess I can say this, even some of the things like in the blueprint where this is a question, I can't do that. That's not me. You've got to be you. You've got to figure out, and again, everybody up here will tell you the same thing. It's all about belief and passion. And if you listen and you really, really want to help people, which is what we want to do, it gets so much easier. And like Bert said, once you get that belief, the opportunity turns into an obligation. We've talked about that. And then you feel like you've got to just talk to everybody. And it's so much easier.
Thank you, Zach. That was really good. On to the next question. Do we have another question?
Hey, everyone. David Lamro, Pro 3, out of Dallas, Fort Worth. I've actually got two questions, so I can take up mine and the next person. But my funnel really filled up right now. What do you guys like to do to help people take the next step with you? What are some things that you found that's good to help people take the next step?
Okay, that's a great question. We'll start with Sonny and then Clay.
16 months. Oh, I got How does that? All right, guys, listen, I'm going to make this short and quick. I got involved in this. We've never done this before. Never in my wildest dreams. Was the first distributor in the whole state of Louisiana. So you can't use that excuse, I don't know nobody else, I didn't have nothing. But what I've learned, and to help you, the new distributors when you sign them up, a lot of times when we get a call, well, how's your business doing, how's it growing? Well, it's not, but if only so-and-so would do this and so-and-so would do that, I would grow. But remember when you were first involved in it, you didn't know what to do. So what we've done is call some people that have signed up and, instead of waiting for them to decide what we're going to do, call them up and say, hey, listen, I was thinking about your situation and stuff. I was thinking about 6 things that we could do together
How about if I run those by you and we pick out 2 or 3 things and me and you do them together? Remember, they don't know what to do, just like you didn't in the beginning. So you need to lead them and show them what to do. And part of it's leading by example, and part of it's stepping out your box and going there and grabbing them and saying, come on, let's do it together. And do it together. So that's about all I can say, besides 16 months.
Thank you, Sonny. By the way, I love your jeans. You're such a cool guy. You
oh, I don't know how he and I got teamed up answering the same questions. I'm going to go with 4 years. You know, the funny thing is the very first question that was asked was the question I stepped up to ask. I told Stephanie when the premieres were up here, I said, I got a question I'm going to ask because nobody will ask it because people are afraid of the answer. And it's, you know, what's been the greatest frustration in this that you didn't expect? And so I was like, oh, God, maybe I'll get that question. And then it went to somebody else, and I got 4 years. So here's what I would say as far as bringing people along with you. You'll hear it said over and over and over again. I've heard it said so many times at Lead Academies, but people want to be with people who have a plan and they're executing it, that they're going somewhere. People want to be with people that are having fun, and people want to be with successful people. If you don't feel like you have a plan or are going anywhere, if you don't really feel like you're having fun, and if you don't really feel like you're being successful, find the ones that are, embrace them, get really close and then really inappropriately uncomfortable with them, and hold on tight no matter what. If you can ever bring them into your town for an event and then share a hotel room with them, try that. How many of you have at least one phone number in your phone of somebody higher ranked than you that you think is having fun, successful, and has a plan and they're executing it? Awesome. If you want to bring the people who are on your team along with you, introduce them to those people and then get out of the way. Because more often than not, what we do is we introduce them to those people, and then we want to be the leader, and we stay in front of them the whole time, when really they want to be with that other person. Just take yourself out of the equation, introduce them, and then get out of the way, because you can't always be there. Life is going to happen, and when it does, it's going to disrupt you, it's going to disrupt your motion, and you still need them to be connected to those other people as well. 4 years. That's my answer.
Thank you, Jay. Question?
So, my second question is a little. Some of you know me to be a little passionate, right? One of my problems is I tend to overwhelm new distributors. So, what are some of the things that you guys like to do to kind of lay things out in front of them as the next steps without overwhelming them?
I'll do it.
We'll have Chris and Joe.
I think Blue said, I knew I was going to be able to come up with this, but Blue says, you got to learn how to R&D, rip off and duplicate. So I think Blue says, close enough to lead, but far enough away to inspire. I think is what he says on a constant basis. You got to stay a lead, you got to stay ahead of everyone to be able to inspire them of what you want. So what was your question? I R&D'd and then I was done. I had nothing else to say but what Blue said.
Some of the things that you like to line up in front of new distributors without overwhelming them, just to set up proper duplication and get them going.
Well, one thing I do with new distributors is I'll tell you guys all right here, you know, the people I work with are the people that call me. I'm not going to call you and beg you to do this business. I got no desire. You guys, I got 4 little boys at home, and I'll go fly drones into them or something. Okay? But I mean, really, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call and beg you to do this business. But the way you can do that is from day one is set that expectation. Look them in the face and say, listen, I want you to do this business with me. You've signed up. I'm not going to beg you to do this business. This is what you need to do to become successful. Now, what I'm looking for is for you to take the rein, grab the bull by the horns, right? We can say that in Texas, and wrestle this thing yourself. I'm here to support you. What does Eric Worre say? I'm here to help you build your business, or I can rephrase it and say, I'm here to help you build your business. Okay, my best advice to anybody, and I say this all the time, is fire your upline. What do you mean? What do I do? What did we do? We just went to work. Well, Sam Flake gave the golden nugget. I was a little sleep deprived when I heard this. At Anaheim at an Elite Academy, we had a brand new baby about 24 hours prior, and I was at Elite Academy already because my wife supports me and wants me to be there. And they asked him, what do you do? What's your key to success, Sam? You're shy, you don't like to talk to people. I mean, he has a town named after him, so it is what it is. But he said, I talk to people. If you want to go and you want to lead, you want to inspire, keep talking to people. Never stop talking. Don't go into management mode where you stop talking. So take those people, lead by example. Don't overwhelm them, but set the right expectations. I like to set the right expectations before they enroll. I'd rather scare somebody off from enrolling than them get into this business and quit and then go tell all their friends it doesn't work. Right? So, I mean, think about that, okay? So set the right expectations, and let me challenge everybody, just a real quick challenge, is the right expectations would be attend your events, right? What's the next event? No, LBA. The 20th, where's it at? Closest one to here. Waco. I can hear everybody make excuses now. Well, that's, what, an hour and a half?
2. I got it.
How many?
2.
It's an hour and a half drive.
3 hours?
It's an hour and 20 minutes from here.
It's an hour and 20 minutes. You text, you guys got like an 80-mile-an-hour speed limit. What are you guys talking about? Take that sucker up to 100 and you're good. Okay? But in 2 weeks, there's an LBA. Okay? I'll tell you what, just my personal opinion, you've got one of the best presenters on planet Earth coming. Did I say that out loud? Hey, let me do you guys a challenge. I'll be here on the 20th to do LBA in Waco. I was excited to see that.
Oh my gosh!
So you're going to hear some of those boys cracking for 4 hours. But I'll tell you what, I would challenge you guys to have 200 people in that room.
We're a little off.
I'll tell you right now, I'm going to be real with you, even if you're a guest. There's 10 people registered right now. I'll tell you what, there's 10 people, so there's 3 there. We got 30%, 40% sitting right here. You guys up? Be in Waco, and you know how you get a guest to show up? Or a brand new person? Pick them up. Do not drive from here to Waco with an empty seat. Fill those seats up, come, and we'll do our best to inspire them and help them. And it's not going to be just me, you guys. It's going to be me, having everybody. But so that's a long way off question. But my ADD kicked in again. Close enough to lead, far enough away to inspire. 12 months to Pro 7.
Thank you, Chris. And Joe?
Okay, well, Chris pretty much answered exactly like I was going to answer, so thanks a lot. Thank you. I think you read my notes. Let me just tell you this. When we talk about leading by example, I sometimes take that to another level because I am very passionate about LifeVantage. I'm very, I think a lot of people know me for my posture in the company. We talk about being bulletproof and being, there's no one in this room that can tell me that thanks to LifeVantage, I was able to, for 2 months, be with my father when I needed to be with him before he passed away. Okay, so that's where I get my passion from, right? There's no one can tell me that the time that I get to spend with my little girl who's in the back of the room now, okay, every single morning, and we play every morning, and I never got to do that with the other two, that's not real. Okay, so my passion is out of this world. Now, I lead by example, and I try not to overwhelm the new people that come to the table, and sometimes it's a challenge for me, because I'm that type of personality, right? But what I do is I've learned to kind of shut up a little bit, slow down, contain myself just a little, because the truth is I'm passionate about it, but just enough, and ask them to shadow me. Hey, let's go do this together. I don't want to just tell you what I did. Let me show you what I did. Let's go do this together, because we do 3 things. This is my personal opinion and LifeVantage. I do 3 things, and I think every distributor does 3 things. First and foremost, We help people with their health, with their life, with their finances, period. That's first and foremost. Number two is we have a lot of fun. If you don't know, there's probably a lot of fun had last night. I don't know, I missed it, right? But we have a lot of fun. And three is you can make unlimited income potential here in LifeVantage with this amazing company, this amazing culture. Those three things, if you can take someone and have them shadow you and show them this is what we do, for me, I think that's setting them on the right foot to success, right off the bat, because the journey is going to be different for everybody, but you set them up with the right expectations, like Chris said, and then basically you show them what you do. Don't just tell them what to do.
Perfect. Well, what I'm going to ask right now is...
One more question.
One last question.
I had two, but I guess one person can answer one and one person can answer the other. So this applies to whoever has done this recently. But we have guests in the room, and right now we have a promotion in the company that if you hit Pro 3, you get an extra bonus, and you get to get on stage and you get recognized. So from whoever is in front of the room, who have you had recently that has hit Pro 3 in a month? What was different in them? And what steps did you give them, that action set did you give them, and they ran with it and they hit their goal?
Anybody volunteer? We need two people to answer the question.
There you go, right there.
I have a loud mouth. I had a couple in McAllen, Texas, and I just said, get people on the phone with me, and that's what we did, and they hit Pro 3. They'd been in a month and hit Pro 3 the next month, which would have been this November. So, yeah, just get the information in front of people. That's it. That simple.
All right, I had a team that was kind of, did anybody have one of those? Yeah. Right? So I went up there, and I just went up there to see what was going on. And we just started working together, and I said, I made the trip up here. Let's get out and go to work. Well, it was really hard to get somebody to get up and go to work. They didn't call me to go up there. This was a last-ditch effort as far as I was concerned. If you remember Missoula, Montana, the fires they had this summer? Oh, we were in that crap. It was ugly. So nobody wanted to go outside. So we went out, and I said, we're going to get in the car, we're going to go call on some people. And there's one of my team up there is a Pro 1. But he's stuck with this thing for, I think he's been in 5 years now. But he's a full-time landscaper, a really busy guy. But I inspired him enough in that trip. He actually talked to a person that we didn't sign up. I was there. I didn't even meet this person while I was there. I got home, and he goes, Bert, you inspired me just for you coming up here and being with me. He invited me to stay at his house with my motorhome. I got up 5:30 in the morning. I don't get up at 5:30 in the morning anymore, guys. But he was going to work at 5:30 in the morning, so I got up, and we had a half an hour we could talk. He got home at 6:30 or so at night. We talked a little bit then, had a barbecue, whatever. And I inspired him enough. He talked to this one neighbor that he had been dripping on for quite a while. And Ryan just saw this thing and ran with it. His wife actually, he hadn't showed him the video. The video is the key, guys. He showed her the video, and her eyes went, boom. Oh, my gosh. They started calling people. They made Pro 3 in 3 weeks. They made Pro 4 the next month. The following week, we enrolled Ryan underneath her. They made both Pro 4s the following month. Wow. So guys, and all they did was go out and talk to people about this disruptive technology that we're in front of. And they're wellness people anyway, so they have a lot of credibility in that aspect. Just go out and talk to people and find somebody that sees it.
Thank you, Bert. Thank you. Last question.
And my last question is, at first I'm sure most of you ran with your hair on fire and built this business, but now that you have more experience, I'm sure you've built a system So if you can just in 5 things say, what system are you following that is duplicating the best of your team?
I'm gonna not talk too long, but you know what it is? It's about you stepping down and passing the baton and bringing somebody up to make a difference. It's time for you guys to step up and come up, right? That's how this business works. Is we have to step aside.
Yes.
You have to step up. You have a fire. We're going to help just pour fuel on that fire. Okay? So I've been trying to figure out how to do this all day. Ivy, can you come here, please? I told her I was going to embarrass her.
Come on, Ivy.
Come here, Ivy. Come on.
Dr. Ivy Howard, she flew in from Tampa, Florida, just to be here.
That's okay. You guys, I'm going to show you how to pass a baton. Face your fear is how you grow, right? Is it not? What did you tell me last night? Which you shouldn't have told me this, by the way. Go ahead. Tell me what you told me last night.
I have a stage fright.
So she has a stage fright, and she's going to keep that mic in her hand because I can talk plenty loud. But I just want you to do me a favor, because if we do this with all of our brand new people at Pro 1, Pro 0, is give them the mic and give them a chance to share their story, because those are the stories that inspire. Okay? Our stories have been heard 1,000 times. It's not that they're not inspirational. It's just it's time for you guys to step up and give us a little bit of a break, to be honest with you, right? Maybe? We're going to be here to pour all the fuel on your fire. But Ivy, I would love, and this is scary, but I love you to death. I've always been inspired by you. You're such an inspirational person. I would love just to hear your story. I would love to conquer this fear right here, right now, in front of these people, because I believe that they believe. You got it, girl.
Okay. Well, I'm not ready.
It's okay. Why are you doing this?
Okay, so first of all, I'm just going to say a short background about myself. My name is Ivy, and I'm from Tampa, Florida. And I'm a mother. I have 3 boys, 7-year-old, 5, and 3-year-old. I work full-time. I'm a doctor in physical therapy. And this opportunity was actually introduced to me about 4 years ago, and I didn't join till 3 years later. Because I was the most skeptical person. You know, my best friend showed it to me, and I said, nope, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to hurt my credibility. This is like a scam, and I'm one of those person, and I work with doctors, and I don't want them to say don't refer patients to Ivy because she is doing like this quack thing with some other natural product. So I didn't really do it, but I was so busy at that time, working 2 jobs, working in the hospital every weekend, and also in the outpatient Monday to Friday, and the kids, and going to school for my doctorate degree. So that was not a good time for me as well. So what changed? Why did I say yes to this opportunity? So fast forward, I realized that my kids are growing up too fast. They were just a baby, and then now they're like kindergarten, and I'm like missing out because I'm working too much. I make a lot of money, but I don't have time with them. And I really wanted to have memories with them that they could remember when they grow up. And I don't want to be my parents are entrepreneurs. I'm one of 7, I'm the oldest, but we grew up with nannies because my parents are always busy traveling, doing their business. So we never really had that relationship with my parents. We were more scared of our nannies. So I really didn't want to have the same history repeat itself. So I was like, I have to do something so that I have more relationship with my children. And the only way to do that is to work less, have my time freedom, basically. So I called my best friend, and I said, hey, how are you doing with that, that Vantage? And then she said, I'm doing great. I'm in this rank. So I said, okay. I said, maybe, I said, well, I'll take a look at it. She said, go to this meeting. So I checked Digbo, and I called the person, and I said, do you guys, do I have to RSVP? And she said, no, just show up. So then after the meeting, I said, well, I'm gonna do this. So that night I called her and I said, I'm ready to sign up. Sign me up now. So I signed up. And to tell you the truth, this is bad, but I actually didn't open my package till a month later. My starter kit. But as soon as I opened it and I stayed plugged in, I went to the meeting in Tampa, plugged into their events, and shared it to people. I was like on fire. I was like, I'm gonna do this, and my goal is to really get that time freedom so I can spend time with my family.
Wow.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. If that was inspirational, raise your hand. You want me to tell any one of you how to become an elite distributor? Go share your story. Not our stories. Share your story, you guys. Your story is powerful in every which way. If you don't think it's powerful, stand up and share it and watch what happens. The point of that, you guys, I'm so glad you said that to me last night. Because I'm just telling you, she might not be happy that she said that to me. But how does that feel now, honestly? You guys, some people say, well, it's a doctor, it's easy, right? Doctors have it so easy to do this thing. Right? And what was her fear was to stand up.
She hates you, Chris.
She does hate me, but that's okay. But you guys, if you face your fear, you'll be successful. If you get uncomfortable, it's when you'll become successful. So do a challenge for me, for yourselves. In the next week, 7 days, stand up, get to a meeting, share your story. If there's not a meeting, you are the meeting. You create the meeting. You invite the guest. Share your story. Maybe your own spouses don't know your real inspiration or your real reason why, deep down inside, why you want to do this. To spend more time with your children. I've got boys, you've got boys, right? They're all crazy animals. But you know what? We want to spend more time with them.
Wonder where they get it.
Yeah, I have no clue. But you guys, face those fears for me. I'll tell you what, do that and watch what happens to your business. You guys, I would love to hear about how you share in your story. And I would love to see, you know what I challenge you guys, if you have never shared your story, get on the official LifeVantage Facebook page.
Yeah.
Get on there, post your story. Video yourself for the first time live on that. And share your story. You'll never have a more supportive family to support you in that story than on that page. No one's going to beat you up on that page. Everybody's going to support you on that page. Share your story. Get it out. Get it out. Be done. Get past that fear, you guys. So this week, face your fear. Whatever that fear is that's holding you back, get out of your own way. Face the fear and watch what happens.
Stay standing right there. And I just wanted to share with these guests and distributors out there in this room. Raise your hands if you have never done network marketing in your life. Did you see that, you guys? We have not done network marketing in our lives, but yet here we are. We embrace network marketing. And why did you think we had predictable success? It's because we have the perfect storm. LifeVantage offers perfect storm, you guys. A publicly traded company that's on NASDAQ. It's legit. What? Compensation plan. How do you like to duplicate yourself and receive residual income? You get paid over and over, you do it once, right? We have the product, a phenomenal product that has no equal, backed by science. It's an activator. We're not talking about antioxidants and vitamins. We are creating a disruptive technology. Just think of a rotary phone and now a mobile phone, cell phone. It's going to happen, you guys. So there's a saying that, you gotta know where most people are going. And you want to be there first. Because the timing is so good right now. We offer predictable success. It's because we are in a pioneering stage. And we have no competition. Right? So, I would like to first, please stand up for all those people who actually helped me out to make this event happen. I cannot discredit you guys. So please stand up. Thank you very, very much. I love you guys, so thank you. So we're going to do this again together. We're going to put Texas, we're going to blow Texas actually.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And so we're going to just, call in some how many swag items? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So do we have 10 tickets? Okay, so fellow elites, can you help me read the number on the ticket so that we can give some...
If any of you old people need help, I can read the numbers.
Okay, we'll start with...
Marcy.
Marcy.
Okay, are we ready?
Are you
Can
ready?
we just do the last?
Take out your tickets.
Can we just do the last 3 digits?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last 3
3
digits.
digits. Are you ready? And by the way, before I go to this, I want to piggyback on what he said. Embrace the suck. That's what we did. Embrace the suck. You have to suck before you can become decent. You have to become decent before you can become good, and you have to become good before you can become great. So embrace the suck. All right. So whoever has this one is the coolest ever. So 3, 0, 8.
3, 0, 8. And get your prize.
And if you need me to read your numbers out there too, I can help you.
Take up one.
I have
Next.
313.
Okay, do we have 313 in the room? Please stand up. 313, otherwise going.
Bingo!
Congratulations, keep your items here. Next. Can we read the next, please?
251.
251.
Three, 309.
What? Yes.
309.
Wait a minute. 310.
You sure she can read her?
251. No, 253.
253.
No. 284.
Congratulations. 284.
306.
Woo!
269.
26. Oh my God, 269. Congratulations.
275.
275. Come on down and claim your swag.
Oh, 274.
274.
Came in right before.
Congratulations, everyone. And that's it. Okay, so you guys, we're going to give you time to really get to know the elites. Those of you who are really kind of like you saw the vision, you're interested to know them and ask more questions. We're going to be here for about 30 minutes at least. And then let me just give this. Let's give them a warm of applause. Just give it to me. Awesome. And let's introduce our Senior Vice President today in the field. Okay. Thank you very much, man. And allow me to leave you with this thought.
Hold on. We got an extra shirt.
Oh, we got an extra
Well, there's
shirt.
2 books over here too.
Oh, cool.
3 books.
All right. Let us give more sweats.
Yes, ladies, the tickets.
260.
260.
I do it. See, Billy? Say it on the...
All right.
I've been helping you forever.
232.
232.
232.
And one more.
259.
Okay, so first of all, Joe and I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. But allow me to leave you with this thought before I hand it over to my young, handsome co-host. I want you to know that no life is more important than another, and nothing is without purpose. So go ahead, go out there and find your purpose, because we are all called to do great things in life. But in order to do so, We need to find a way to serve the many, for serving the many leads to greatness. And I'm so glad, I'm so blessed to have found Life Vantage in my life, which truly helped me to create my retirement income in just 4 years, 4 short years. Can you beat that? And now I'm free. So, I'm just asking you, anyone in this room, if you want to change the next 12 months, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years of your life, then go ahead, take this journey with us. But if you are happy where you are right now, in your cubicle, whatever, I'm not trying to degrade anybody because job pays our bill. But if you're not happy and you want to change, then talk to us. Because you know what? If you don't plan to make a change, nothing is going to change. And you're going to get stuck where you are, just like in a hamster wheel, doing the same things over and over. And you like that? The economy is drastically changing. And we cannot do anything about it. This technology and efficiency are eliminating jobs every single day. And we cannot stop it. So ask yourself right now as you get out of this room, if something were to happen to you, like I told you early this morning, that adversities and affliction comes in your life, like a thief in the night. And if that happens, what will you do? You guys, the only thing that happened to me, why I was successful, even though I didn't do network marketing in my life, because I wanted to change. I want something changed in my life. And that's the reason why. That's very simple reason. Because I don't want to work for someone else, building someone else's dream. I want freedom. And if we did this without network marketing experience, you all can do this. What do you want? What's in it for you? Okay? Well, thank you very much, and we'll hang around. It's a great event, you guys. Let's have fun. Hallelujah.
And thank you all for joining us. Y'all have a great day. If you found this by Kai's public wall, or if you found this by some other means and you're not already involved in Life Vantage, then get back with the person that invited you here. Hopefully it was by somebody, and they can get in touch with you. If you just found this, stumbled upon this through Kai's public wall, then get in touch with Kai. She's an incredible leader that can show you how to change your life with this. So God bless you guys. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Take care.